Conspiracy.
Well, it's not. It's McGonagall's sister who turned into a
You're gonna have so much to cut out of this podcast.
McGonagall.
No, she'd have the same last name. She'd just have a different first name.
Rederva McGonagall.
Yeah. It wasn't Minerva and Rederva. Those two sassy cats.
Fifth period. Fifth period. Fifth period. Fifth period. Fifth period. Fifth period. Fifth period.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fifth Period, the film podcast usually hosted by two media teachers. But since we're doing a return to Harry Potter, we all know that Ron and Harry would be useless without Hermione. So make sure you travel in numbers, avoid pipes, and don't look it in the eye. Not directly anyway, because the basilisk is on the loose. My name is Mr. Brown, and with me today is...
Or do you want to do both of you first and then I'll go last like we did last time?
I forewarned you that this would be happening, and you still weren't prepared to say your own name.
I just said you should introduce me, and then you threw to me too fast.
Bare minimum requirement. I'm going to introduce you. Remember last time how you were a bit stunned that you had to say
because you
your
just
own name?
threw me under the bus.
My name is Mr. Brown, and with me is...
Maddie.
And Mr. Boylan.
Mr. Balan. And with me today is...
Maddie. And...
Your new defense against the Dark Arts teacher, me. As Mr. Boylan. Here as always.
As you can see, we are fully decked out.
We are.
We've gone all out. Costumes, all three of us really committed this week.
Yep.
What's with the costume?
Oh, I just decided to dress up.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah, it is.
It is very warm.
It is
Slytherin just on
really
on a
warm.
casual Saturday.
I'm melting away in this outfit, but that's fun.
And your
that's fun.
your Golderoy Lockhart costume.
My Golderoy Lockhart. Hey,
Choices were
I'm
made.
melting a few hearts along the way, so... In addition to talking about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets today, similar to last time when we talked Philosopher's Stone, we're only going to be doing one additional segment. That's because we love a bit of Harry Potter, so we may go a little bit longer for our main film discussion.
Yes.
But we're also going to be doing 5 favorites and talking about our 5 favorite magic practitioners. So if you want to skip ahead to any of that, I will leave time codes in the description below.
Hi everybody, it's Emma and RITISHA and Charlie and Zoe.
And today we're going to be talking about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yay!
Big thank you to Emma, RITISHA, Charlie, and Zoe. So if those names sound familiar, it is because we have had all 4 of them individually on to do an intro for the pod this year. But we wanted to get the band back together because... obviously, today we are doing Harry Potter for the pod. Something you might remember about those 4 is that when we did have them on to do the intro, we talked about how great they were in the junior production, which was very much a Harry Potter theme. So we thought it would be very fitting to get them back on, not just because we're doing Harry Potter, but also we're going to do a little bit of a dedication to Maggie Smith today. So it seemed very fitting for them to come back since they were so closely linked to Harry Potter. But also, what a great time to get them back because we actually have the director of the junior production here to sing their praises as well.
Oh my goodness, they did such good work and they were so much fun and I miss them.
Come to Film Club. They're there every week.
I know,
very
I
true.
should.
They are super dedicated. So, yeah, the fact that we could get them back, I did not have to ask twice. In fact, I'm not sure if I finished asking once before they were like, yes, we'll do it.
Of course.
We'll come back on. We'll do it.
Aww.
So it was awesome. Really, really good.
And sometimes a very hard intro to coordinate when we do have multiple people, but I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I think they did a really, really good job.
They work well
You've
together.
trained them well.
They work well together.
Exactly. Great communication. That's fine.
But yeah, as I said, it's really nice to get them back on because the whole reason we wanted to do Chamber of Secrets today was because very sad during our school holiday break, Maggie Smith passed away, and the three of us were devastated by that news. And as soon as I let you guys know, I think we should definitely do some sort of a dedication.
Yeah.
You were very, very keen because what a legend.
Oh my God, what a legend.
Yeah, true powerhouse of British stagecraft and acting and movies and television and everything else in between. And it's such a big part of this franchise. I think that we always talk about how the fact that right from the off they really nailed the casting of a lot of the characters. And McGonagall is and Dame Maggie Smith, she has some of the first lines in the franchise.
Do you think it wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this?
Pretty impressive stuff from her across the entire franchise. Some particularly good zingers and lines in this film today, which we will get to.
Not today, Mr. Weasley.
I can't remember, someone had talked about how the timing between her passing linked to a particular quote that Maggie Smith has, her character has in Hook, and how she basically, it's been like 10 years when Robin Williams' character comes to see her in the house, and now it's been 10 years since Robin Williams passed away.
Hello, Wendy. Sorry it's been so long between visits.
It's been 10 years between visits. Oh, never mind. Come and give me a squudge.
We watched her in a lot of older films as well. You and I have seen her in a bunch of Poirot films too. She's in a lot of the detective murder mysteries because she's quite a character, and they love to get those people that come in there, and they are always very fun and vibrant characters.
Even in those days, she could always throw her legs up in the air higher than any of us, and wider.
Even in an ensemble cast, she always stands out, and I think this choice in particular today was because I think it's probably what our film clubbers will know her most from. Yep. But I also think that number 2 in this series is probably the one where she has the best time. She's got such good lines in this, and the sarcasm is being laid on thick.
Very much so.
And just her face is so good.
We'll leave you to deal with the monster, Gilderoy. Your skills, after all, are legend.
She just says so much without having to say anything. I love it. She's so sassy.
So, yes, she will be very much missed. And also, one more big thank you to Emma, RITISHA, Charlie, and Zoe for your intro today. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, let us jump in to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Let's do it. Movie number 2.
Movie number 2. Oh. We're in sync. There we go.
Very good.
I could see where it was going, so it was very easy to jump on it.
So, before we pressed play on this last night, Maddie and I actually watched a trailer for it. And tonally, it was all over the shop.
Really?
It was those trailers for teen movies where it's Gary doesn't know what he's doing with his life.
It seemed
it had that vibe
comedy
to it.
vibe more than it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be some sort of slapsticky thing and then swap to Filch. Oh dear, we are in trouble.
And then some really light sort of upbeat music as well. Yeah, okay.
And then it was a year of magic. And then just went straight. It was
really?
So if you've got Stan, you've got to check out the trailer on there because it's totally hilarious and all over the shop.
I feel like early 2000s movie trailers have got a particular type of energy to them as well. So.
And it's color graded differently than the film too, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer than the film.
I was going to say, this film's not... No.
Nah.
It's not warm at all.
No. I think that's probably what made this one a lot more enjoyable for me than the first film. The darker tone, the fact that it's got a bit of a mystery to it as well, I really enjoyed. Even if now when I watch it back, I'm it's so obvious, guys. It's clearly a snake. It's got a snaky whisper.
He's got a snaky whisper.
He's got a snaky whisper. That's what they say about the basilisk.
It's a snaky whisper.
It's just going through.
That's it.
So
That
quietly.
is it.
I reckon
Snake.
a slippery snake.
Impressions are
A
back.
slippery snake.
Oh, g'day guys.
like,
I'm just
Get out of my way, guys.
I'm just a slippery snake.
slippery little snake.
He's
you
like,
guys.
don't mind me, guys. I'm just trying to see what's going on.
Just slithering through the pipe.
I'm just slithering. Does anyone see the heir of Slytherin, actually? I'm just going to try to find where he is.
When the film starts, the logo,
Yeah.
Dobby.
the magical logo in the clouds.
Yes, always good.
It just immediately, like, obviously I'm a huge fan of the film, but immediately you were sucked into this world and you're like, I am geared up and ready to go.
It's a really effective title sequence. It's like, like it's like Star Wars, like credits crawling and stuff. It's kind of one of these things. Is like when you see like the Warner Brothers logo or the Harry Potter logo going through the skies. All right, cool, we're in. Let's go.
And the music, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But then very quickly we re-establish his home life. I told you last time how much I love the Dursley home and those little sequences at the beginning of the film. Harry's got a bit of an upgrade, bedroom-wise.
Yeah.
He has a bedroom.
He's so
That's an
lucky.
upgrade.
They gave him Dudley's old bedroom, that lucky duck.
Even let you have Dudley's second bedroom, purely out of the goodness of our hearts.
It's pretty generous of them. But they're doing some sort of a work meeting. He's
Yeah.
having people over to... What
he's
does he
having,
do for his job?
He sells drill bits in the books.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dursley drill bits.
But I
Yeah.
like that they sort of do a dry run of the evening. It's like a... what are our roles? I'll be waiting to greet people at the door.
I'll be waiting to take their goats. Just the way Dudley talks. It's so weird.
Dudley voice. I'll be waiting.
But that's what he sounds like in that part.
I'll be waiting to open the door.
It's like, why are you speaking like that?
Yeah, it is
Big D?
weird. Although Harry's delivery of "I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending I don't exist."
Too right, you will.
So good. So he goes to his bedroom, and who's there?
Dobby!
And you're not a Dobby fan.
No, I am a Dobby fan. I just think, like, I don't know. I'm sure years of abuse by your masters would make anyone make questionable decisions.
I mean, yeah.
It's true, but
He does
yeah.
have a warped view of things.
He
Yes.
absolutely does. And while he has the best of intentions, his actions are not the greatest.
What did the Sadger and Phil Club? It's just like, damn, Dobby's just gaslighting Harry.
Yeah. And that's why they always
Yeah.
say, don't Dobby, darling.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's
Call
what they
back,
do
guys.
say.
Call back.
Don't-
Don't Dobby, darling.
That one was a stretch.
Don't Dobby, darling. But yeah, so basically he's there to prevent Harry from going back to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
He is.
Why?
Because terrible things are going to happen.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me what they are, Dobby? No.
Nah.
He can't. He's not allowed.
Yeah. 'Cause
He's
he
not
keeps-
allowed to be doing any of the things that he does.
Yeah, but
He's
I
not
think,
allowed because it'd be inconvenient for the narrative.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I think it's also like it's like it is a plot device, but it's kind of he's bending the rules. He's found the loopholes.
Yep. And then when he realizes he's going too far outside the loopholes, he crashes his head into the wardrobe.
Dobby!
Stop! Dobby!
But I love what he considers to be too far out of the boundaries. But, levitating a cake and dropping it on someone's head.
Nah,
That's fine.
He'd be
But
right.
probably the Malfoy, like they
The
love
Malfoys
that.
are doing that regularly.
No, but they
Dropping
would.
cakes on
But,
people's
no,
heads.
Dobby's doing it to them. Dobby, another cake!
They're just torturing Draco. Lucius is just dropping cakes on his
Lucius
head.
is just in the background. Just...
Do a chocolate one this time.
Did you notice, too, in the house, all the photos are just photos of Dudley?
Yeah.
Just like the pompous little...
He's
That's
the
what
heir to
your
the
school
throne.
photos looked like, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
In your little straw hat.
I didn't have a straw hat.
Oh, you missed it by that much.
Thank God.
But Dobby does ruin the old dinner party, and as a result, they lock Harry Boy away. He's never going to see those freaky little friends of
Freaky
his
friends.
again.
But that's okay, because he's woken up by a sound. And what's making that sound?
Ronald Weasley!
Well, not really.
The car, I guess.
The car.
The car.
Yes.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get to that. But yeah, Ron, Fred, and George have come to break Harry free.
I feel like they get off pretty easily for stealing the car this time.
Agreed.
Yeah. I mean, their dad's loving it.
He's like,
He's like, how did it go, boys? So good. So good. So yeah, they break him out. Old Mr. Dursley flips on out. Vernon falls out the window.
Oh yeah, not before making a really weird sound before he gets out of bed.
Two really weird sounds. I'll cut it in, but him getting out of bed, it's quite an effort. But then also...
Potter!
Yeah. It's very long. It's very long.
They escape.
Yeah, and where do they go?
To...
The Burrow.
Yeah, the Burrow. The home of the Weasleys, and Harry gets to experience his first magical residence, which is pretty cool because you get to see like all the different how magic's being used at home, like with the dishes. You've got the magical photos. You've got the clock showing.
I love on the clock. The second one is like prison.
Prison.
That's when you know like you're a boy mum. She's got a lot of boys, and she was like, you know what? They're going to get in trouble, so I should probably just add prison, just so I know and I can...
I don't understand why Percy and Ginny aren't listed as being home, though, because they're clearly at home in the next sequence. Weird.
Nah, it's just for the boys because Percy and Ginny are responsible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they just have to keep track of the other three. That's fair enough.
Jokes out.
I get that. So it is really cool to see how it all works, and I like that we're not far enough along in the series for this not to be amazing and magical and cool. And I think it's also something very different for Harry. It's like, now we're not at a magic school. This is how they live their lives.
Yeah.
And that's really cool for him to see as well.
Yeah, you can see like the amazement and wonder that's still on his face because, yeah, it's still early on in the piece. He's still getting surprised by things, and a lot of, Harry's behaviour and the way that he acts is still mimicking that of the audience. Like we're still taken into this world for the first time and still learning about everything, which is cool. So,
And how good is Molly? Molly's the ultimate mum.
She's so good.
She's just like telling her boys over, and she's like, not you, Harry.
Not you,
dear.
Harry, yeah.
Don't worry.
So good to see.
But you two.
Such a great combination of like that disciplinary action, but that nurturing side as well.
Well, you best hope I don't put bars on your window, Ronald Weasley. Come on, Harry. Time for a spot of breakfast.
Obviously, then we meet Mr. Weasley, who we haven't met in the previous film, and the dynamic between the two of them and the fact that he's just so fascinated. And he also has like a bit of a social disconnect between the way that he talks to Harry, and he's just like, who are you? Like, he's not like polite about it.
I'm Harry, sir. Harry Potter.
Good Lord. Are you really?
But then who else comes in?
Ginny.
And my goodness, if you thought there was Riz in the first film, there is Riz and a half.
Because Harry says hello to her. Wow.
And then she freaks out.
It was like,
At least for the next
the Norman
couple
Desmond.
of movies.
She does. That look comes back later on too.
She's like,
Hedwig gives the same look when the Hogwarts Express is about to mow them down.
And then Colin Creevy gives the same look when he's about to get hit by the blood jar.
Side by side.
Just the constant face. The classic face.
The constant face.
Yes.
So as they're all chatting around the breakfast table, old Errol comes in and he's delivering the book list for the year.
Well, he delivers it to the window first.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of slapstick.
He's a bit
Oh
old.
dear, we are in trouble.
Oh, Errol, you have hit the window.
That famous filter line. Oh dear, Errol, you've hit the window.
Oh,
Amazing.
Mrs. Filch, you've gone in the litter again. That's just how he talks.
Mrs. Filch, you've gone in the litter again?
No, Mrs.
Norris.
Mrs. Norris. That's how
his
tight I am.
wife is using the litter box.
well, maybe he's married.
Maybe he's married
his
to his cat.
Yeah.
Well, that's where.
It's Mrs. Norris, but in private, he's like Mrs.
Mrs. Norris is keeping her own name.
Oh, no.
She's very progressive.
Like,
We've worked-
in public, Mrs. Norris. Private, Mrs. Filch.
Well, we have worked out that Mrs. Norris, that's where the jumper is. That's where Ginny's jumper is, because she's looking for the
On
jumper.
the cat.
It's on the cat.
Have you seen my jumper? It's on the cat.
Mummy, have you seen my jumper? Yes, it was on the cat.
Do sassy cats.
Two sassy German cats.
No.
I wear a jumper. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys.
You should be.
I don't know how much of this
Say
is
sorry
really
to yourself.
Say sorry to myself. Yeah.
So, well, look at the book lists. And where's the one place that they can go to get everything?
Diagon Alley.
What did he say, dear?
Diagon Alley.
I thought he did.
Well, you'd be stuffed if you were Australian and trying to do it.
Diagon Alley. Ah!
Ah!
That's what happened.
I found myself in the Chamber of Secrets.
Hagrid, is that you?
Yeah,
Is
Hagrid's
he back
back.
again?
Hagrid's back.
I shouldn't have told you that.
Because he's in Borgin and Burke's.
Yes.
The creepy shop with the creepy stuff.
And you can
which
see-
may or may not have a vanishing cabinet that will be used in a later film.
So that they can call back to it a little bit later on.
Dodgy place.
It is a dodgy place. That's why Hagrid's hanging out there.
Yeah,
that
'cause he's-
seedy bastard.
Dodgy Rubius.
Dodgy Rubius, they call him.
Where else do
You
you
shouldn't
get
have seen me here.
Yeah. I should not have shown you that.
Yeah.
me, myself?
Yeah.
He's pointing to himself. I should not have shown you that. Pointing to him holding the can of flesh eatings like repellent.
Oh dear. Anyway, so they do venture back to Diagon Alley, and Harry reconvenes with old Hermione.
Hello,
He's-
Hermione.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you too.
Quick Oculus
Harry's
Reparo for old time's sake.
Yeah, Oculus Reparo.
And then who do they meet?
You.
They do.
This guy.
There.
There he is.
Mum fancies him.
Gilderoy Lockhart is doing a book signing.
Yes, for his new book, Magical Me.
Magical me.
So good.
Magically you.
So good. And Harry is going to walk away with my entire collected works, free of charge.
Which you were like, that bookstore would be so peeved.
I'd be pissed
he
off
was
if I was
giving
the
away
bookstore
free.
and he's just giving away their books. I know he wrote them, but at that point, the bookstore is the one that profits off selling them.
100%. You're really undercutting Flourish and Bots. It's not cool.
Not
cool.
cool. Not cool, Lockhart. That's the worst thing you do in this entire movie. So I love how everyone is swooning over Lockhart.
Particularly Molly.
Oh, yeah. All the girls are.
But
Yeah.
we don't know them. We know Molly.
I did see...
Susan Bones.
Yes, I was going to say. Old
Susie Bones.
Chris Columbus's daughter.
Yeah, she's back.
She is back.
She's not back in the rest of the films.
No. Well, neither is he, so why
exactly.
would she be?
He took her with. He's like, Dad, can I stay and do Harry Potter? Nope.
No, if I'm not doing it, nobody's doing
No
it.
Columbus is allowed.
Is he Hagrid now?
Yes.
He's like, I shouldn't have told you.
I shouldn't have directed that.
Shouldn't have cast you in that. I should not have cast you in that. Anyway, so at the bookstore, in addition to Lockhart, just what an absolute legend. We also meet Lucius Malfoy with his long, golden, flowing hair.
And he's like this. He's
I got him here, actually.
Forgive me.
It's very invasive.
He is. He gets right up in Harry's grill.
Yeah.
You like little Lucius?
Oh, no.
Little Lucius with his Tom Riddle diary. So last night we were eagle-eyed watching this part to see if you can see him drop the diary in the cauldron.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty obvious. And they even cut to Harry being like, what has he put in there?
And then he forgets about it for 45 minutes.
45 minutes,
Of the
mate. This is a
runtime.
2-hour 40 movie. He forgets about it for like 2 hours.
Harry, you suck. You're not very smart. But yeah, we work out that, Lucius is interested in Harry, I guess, and gets stuck into Hermione.
Oh, I love the line where he goes, red hair, vacant expression,
Tatty second-hand. Tat.
titty
Second-hand.
second-hand books.
Tatty, second-hand book. You must be the Weasleys.
So yeah, he plants more than a seed of sorts.
Plants a
because
book.
He plants a book. He does plant a book. And it sets the whole film in motion. But I was saying I say to Maddie that my sister used to always, well, her and I both used to always quote the part where Malfoy says farewell to everyone and he goes, "See you at school," and then turns and does a little eyebrow raise. But it's like, because there's a line of them all there that he goes to school with, if he'd just been like, "See you at school, see you at school, see you at school, see you at school," down the line.
Just, yeah, well, he might have done that. Oh, hey, they're cutting out on runtime.
See you at school. See you at school. See you at school. See you at school.
He could have got away with it. He's more intimidating in these earlier ones because they were all so much younger. Later on, when he's trying to bully them and stuff, he just becomes like a wimpy.
He's whiny.
Yeah.
It's killed me. It's killed me.
The similarities you get between how Lucius doesn't like Ron and his family. He doesn't like Arthur. He hates the fact that Arthur works like with anything to do with Muggles, showing sort of how much of a pure blood person that Lucius is, and then obviously you're getting that rhetoric through Malfoy as well.
He's a Nazi.
Essentially, yeah.
But isn't like the Weasleys are also like there's only like a handful of pure blood lines. And aren't the Weasleys also one of those pure blood lines?
I think so, but I think because...
And that's why he hates them even more, because they're not...
They don't like celebrate it.
Yeah, they're not like... Yeah. They're not conforming to his ideas of keeping magic in the family.
Yeah, and the fact that Arthur works like in the department of like, you know, sort of Muggle affairs and all these sort of things. And then, yeah, and the fact that they associate with Hermione, who is, you know, that word, which I won't say.
I'll say mudblood.
He did not.
I did say it, and I'm not taking it back.
Do you know who else is half-blood?
Who's that?
Minerva.
It's true.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what that was, but...
Oh my goodness!
Yes, Minerva!
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right. And ain't nobody giving her shade for it.
That's true. Ain't nobody giving her shade for anything. She's so good.
Should take him down.
So good.
But yeah, time to go to Hogwarts now.
No, time to go to old platform 9 3/4.
9 3/4.
9 3/4. I found it funny that they crash into the wall.
Yes,
the platform is closed over.
That's pretty funny.
And then about a second afterwards, they're like, "Oh, the train leaves at exactly 11 o'clock. We've missed it." So even if you went through that wall, if it leaves at 11...
You were struggling to get on there.
You would not have made that.
Awful time management from all involved.
Also, I don't know why they just don't wait for...
Another train?
Well, it's not even like another train. Like, why don't they just wait for the Weasleys to come back and then work it out from there? Like, I don't know how, like, the next logical step was like, oh, well, we better steal the car and we better fly.
Hermione's not there, so they have no logic.
That's true. She'd be the one being like, no.
Guys, let's just wait.
Maybe we should just go and wait by the car. The car?
Yeah, let's just take
the car. Hagrid's like, I should not
the car.
The car. And yeah, they wonkily fly it out of the station.
Forgetting to put the invisibility cloak on.
Yep, and no less than 7 Muggles see them.
You know what's pretty wild?
There's only seven at like one of the busiest like train stations in Europe.
Well, that is wild, but also they make it not so much in the early films, but they make it out to be quite a big deal. The item, the invisibility cloak, like this is not a everyday magical item. Only one of these exists in the whole world.
But you can make a machine invisible.
You can make a car turn invisible like that.
But Arthur's like doing weird stuff with the machines, and so yeah.
Arthur's a genius.
He is.
He was way ahead of his time.
100%.
But I guess if you can like apparate, then surely turning stuff invisible isn't that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like the cloak doesn't seem that impressive. Dobby's clicking himself all over the place.
He is.
He's the most powerful wizard in this thing.
He is. He's
like, a cake for you, a cake for you, a cake for you.
He creates pastries and desserts. He's the strongest wizard of all.
People are hiring Dobby exclusively for birthdays.
As a pastry chef.
He just goes like into the last battle at Hogwarts and he's just like, all right, guys, and just drops cakes on everyone.
That's how he defeats the Death Eaters. That's fine.
He's like, take this, Voldemort. Cake.
I mean, he can't go to the last battle at Hogwarts, though.
Yeah, because he's already dead.
He's dead. Anyway, before we get there...
so you were saying last night that you didn't understand why they were driving directly on the train lines.
Yeah.
Because they're idiots.
Yeah.
That's how they follow it.
They were lacking Hermione. She would be the one that would be like, maybe we should just fly a little bit higher.
Yeah. But I do like that when Hedwig turns around, his eyes do go wide.
Because he sees Thomas the Tank
The tank engine. So good.
Do you hear that? We must be getting close. Hold on.
They flip out. Harry falls out of the car. You can't grab on. Your hand's all sweaty. My hand's all sweaty right now, actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But they eventually end up at school.
I get there, but not before crashing into the Whomping Willow.
Yeah. Old
Whomping
Willow.
That's where the car's stuck.
Look at this little tiny car.
Very safe to have
It's
kids
a little
Little teeny tiny car. And yeah, old Ron breaks his wand. They survive.
They do.
They survive the Whomping Willow, and then the car spits them out. And I love the sounds that it makes.
Oh, boing.
Yeah.
Wait, do your car sound again?
No, that's not the car sound. It's like when
Oh!
No, it's when in the flesh-eating slug repellent cut. Release the flesh-eating slug repellent cut. Basically, then what happens is... you have to cut that out. In another version of this movie, what happens is that Scabbers' cage flies out and Ron doesn't catch it. And it hits him.
It hits him in the groin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he makes it sound like, oh!
It's pretty funny. I like the actual sounds. Like, the side doors are like, and then the back one's like,
Yeah, like throws it out.
It's so good. So good.
Blows raspberry.
Oh, dear.
They're good. They're good at making the car sassy.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sassy car.
It's a sassy German vehicle.
Sassy German vehicle.
That's how Arthur designed it.
Yeah, I was like, is it a Volkswagen?
A sassy Volkswagen.
A car for the people.
Oh, so yeah, drives off
Honestly.
into the forest. And even though they were on track and with the train, they're still late for school, apparently.
They're terrible.
You're terrible, Muriel.
Well,
they think they're going to be expelled.
Not today,
Not
Mr.
today,
Weasley.
Mr. Weasley.
Today, Mr. Weasley. But no, they managed to get away with things despite it already hitting the newspapers that they have been spotted. They've made the Daily Prophet, which is fantastic.
But I also like that Dumbledore kind of comes in and he's like, I'm not going to make the decision. I'll leave it up to like their house captain. I'll leave it in the very capable hands of Minerva.
Yes. The mittens of Minerva.
Mr. Weasley.
Yeah.
Do you like my McGonagall voice?
Yeah.
No.
It's pretty spot on, right?
Do you want to show you go again one more time?
Not today, Mr. Weasley.
Sounds like she's had a rough night out.
Not today.
Yeah, she's got some tension in those vocal cords.
Not today.
You're making it worse.
I've got a frog stuck in my throat.
She's like half in cat form,
Mr.
half
Weasley.
in.
Anyway, they survive this round of the spot to the chagrin of Snape, and they can start the school year.
They sure can. And they're going to start it with another great teacher, old Prof. Sprout.
Miriam Margolyes.
She's so good.
But they could knock you out for several hours, which is why I've given each of you a pair of earmuffs for auditory protection.
She's a great teacher as well. I really like her. I think I really like
No,
her.
ma'am, he's just fainted. I'll just leave him there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You'd do that as a teacher?
Hypothetically.
Yeah, she's like, he's been neglecting his earmuffs.
Exactly.
And she's like, no, don't worry about it.
That's fine.
Also, it's like magic school, so like, I mean, that stuff probably happens all the time.
Yeah,
Right,
she'll be right.
To Neville, anyway.
Oh, definitely to Neville.
Why is it always me?
Because you're kind of a loser.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
Wowee.
He hasn't got his cardigan yet, so he's still waiting to get his confidence boosting outfit.
Yeah.
Confidence cardigan, that's what they
Confidence
call it.
cardigan.
Yeah.
It comes with a comb over.
On the catwalk, yeah, I shake my little touch on the catwalk.
exactly
I
right.
can't remember being that his character is written like that. He then gets his comeuppance later.
Yes.
He grows up.
He does.
And then he gets Gryffindor.
So what else is growing?
Let me exercise an activity here. I'm going to pull this out, Nick, and I want you to do your best impression of a mandrake.
Oh, okay.
Gasp it and put it out!
It sounds like the character from Kung Pao when she's going. It just sounds like that, but like a higher pitch. Where it's like, oh man,
oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good. I just didn't think you'd commit so much.
Hell yeah!
My God, that was amazing, and I love Draco's like, Gucci.
But yeah, importantly though, mandrakes aren't just there to, you know,
or Mandragora.
Mandragora aren't just there for me to make fun sounds on an episode of a podcast, but they're also there to provide a good plot detail because they help with a certain thing that definitely won't become relevant later.
Yeah, and I like that Hermione's there to give all that exposition as well.
That's what she does.
Help people
loves an expo dump.
Return if they've been petrified.
Do they have to die to...
The mandrakes, are they killed? Wait, we don't talk about that. That's
we don't talk about Bruno.
No mandrakes were harmed in the creation of the antidote for petrification.
Maybe it's just like, it's like a little bath.
You know the prefect's bathroom on the 5th floor? It's not a bad place for a bath.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Maybe they just,
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a hair. Maybe they just.
Maybe they
probably.
Maybe it's just like a haircut.
Anyway,
take a couple of leaves.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Like
the leaves
are like Miyagi snipping a bonsai tree. It'd be fine.
Yeah,
bonsai.
Yeah.
Bonsai Daniel-san. Bonsai.
Yeah. Bonsai.
Bonsai, Daniel-san!
Hey, Bonsai!
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 Anyway, one thing that I was kind of paying attention to tonight? One thing I was paying attention to when I was watching last night was obviously now they're going ahead with this TV series and they're going to do like a season is a year at Hogwarts.
Sorry, I thought you meant like as in the characters. So now that the characters are going ahead with filming their own TV series.
That's a deleted scene in film class at the Harry Potter school.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's Cobra Kai, but Harry Potter.
Yeah. I'm very aware.
A film spin-off called Harry Plotter.
Good.
Yeah.
But anyway, series, HBO, they're doing stuff. Yes.
Yeah. So one thing that I was like thinking about when I was watching the film last night, I was like, as much as it's going to be difficult to see a version of these stories without this cast, there are aspects of the world that I really would like to see more of. Like, I'd love to see more games of Quidditch play out.
Yes.
I would love to see more stuff at like the Dursley house.
More classroom stuff.
Classrooms was the last one because we get a couple in a row here. But throughout the film, there's very little classroom stuff.
And it gets less and less as the series goes on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for Lockhart in particular, I want to see more classes with him in it.
Tut, tut. Hardly any of you remember that my favorite color is lilac. But Miss Hermione Granger knew that my secret ambition is to rid the world of evil and market my own range of hair care potions. Good girl. Now,
when he's coming down the stairs, he passes all like the portraits of himself, painting himself.
Yeah,
it's like the inception of paintings. And then he delivers the cracker line. I didn't get rid of the Ben and Banshee by smiling at them.
And the girls are all fawning, and then the boys are like, "What are you talking about? Get on with the class. I want to learn."
Yeah, that is just like boys.
Yeah, particularly Ron.
Yeah,
loves learning.
Loves learning. Loves a bit of learning. But what's he doing in this class?
He's not much. But he is teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Pixies.
And yeah.
Freshly corked Cornish pixies, Mr. Finnegan.
laugh if you will, Mr. Finnegan. that pixies can be devilishly tricky little blighters.
Like, well, let's see what you
Let's
can do with
see
them.
what you make of them now.
Ah!
And then it's
Ah!
like, whoopsie daisies.
And then what's the Star Wars spell that he performs?
Pesky pixie
Obi-Wan
Kenobi.
Pesky pixie pestonobi!
And but it doesn't work. None
No,
of
it
these spells
doesn't.
work. And I love that they take his wand away.
They
It's
do.
so good.
Neville gets basically hung up on
Ooh,
the
by the old
chandelier,
ears.
which is fantastic.
He wants to swing from the chandelier.
He does. He does.
And he asks the rest of them, just nip the last couple back into their cage.
You three, yeah. You main characters, you take over.
Well, everyone else has run out of the classroom.
I know, they're useless.
The big old creature. What kind of a creature skeleton do you think that is? Hippogriff? Dragon.
Some sort of
Dragon.
Yeah.
Makes more sense. Draggy.
Draggy. A chewy draggy.
Chewy draggy. Here they are.
We've got chewy draggies for days.
And not.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Draggy.
But of course, Hermione saves the day with Immobius.
And then they're all like, hey.
Or floating in space.
I like that they're slow, but then their eyes still blink for.
And then eventually get them back in the cage. And that's the classroom experience of Mr. Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, we never see it again.
No,
we see detention, but
that's
not
it. We see we want to see him in his element. He's a teacher. He's such a good teacher as well. But
not enough of him, and not enough Oliver Wood. Hashtag the Oliver Wood cut.
Free Oliver Wood.
We need
Justice
Zachary
for
onto
Oliver.
it. Justice for Oliver Wood.
Exactly. But yeah, Quidditch training. And but unfortunately there's a bit of a clash with the Slytherin team. But as their captain Marcus Flint says, they've got permission from Severus Snape.
They got themselves a new Seeker.
Yeah, and Oliver's like, new Seeker. All right, who is he?
We've got to train our new
Malfoy.
Seeker.
And then he goes, that's not all that's new this year. I've also got a lisp as well this year.
What
is the delivery of that line? That's not all that's new this year.
That's right. And that's not all that's new this year.
He was listening to Maddie's Cockney performance as Hagrid. He's like, I'm going to
Yeah.
adopt that now.
Yeah,
That's
you're welcome.
fine. You're welcome, Drago.
But I actually really liked this. I remember when I was watching this in cinemas being like, yes, this makes so much more sense. I never understood why in the first film Harry wasn't going head to head with Malfoy. And then it's like, well, they got a whole series that they can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're trying to establish that Harry is better than
And
Draco.
he's special.
Oh, which he is.
Yeah, Draco is not a very good seeker.
No, we seeker that later.
But his
Good.
daddy bought them all new brooms.
Yes, in the 2001s.
2001, and they're
Yes.
sleek.
They're sleek. They're black and dark, like the hearts of everyone in Slytherin.
Ooh, nice. That's good. That is good.
It is good.
But then he's a bit of a bastard because he
'cause-
adopts his old daddy's racism and takes it out on Hermione.
Yeah, calls her a mudblood, and then Ron...
A filthy little mudblood.
Correct. And Ron is fuming.
Eat
And
slugs! Yeah!
And that's what Ron does.
He sure does. How good do those slugs look?
Yeah.
So gross.
So disgusting, but so good. We were talking about that too. Like the effects in this, they hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do.
Yep.
And there is obviously a lot of like CG in this that was groundbreaking for the time. And we're talking a time where like people who were working behind the scenes and that sort of stuff got the time to be able to do it. They don't get that anymore for visual
Unfortunately
effects. But the other thing is that there's a combination of those types of visual effects and practical effects as well. Like Fawkes at times throughout this is also a puppet.
Yep.
Very, very cool.
Or like animatronic. I think he's animatronic in a bit of it.
Yeah,
as well,
yeah. Very, very cool that they have that combination. And there's a couple of janky effects. Like it's the wider shots, establishing shots in CG, where that's when it kind of gets a little PlayStation-y. But you can already see, even during Quidditch, that there is a huge, huge improvement from the previous film.
Agreed. Yeah, Quidditch in
the
Force
first
is
film, it's a lot of weird, uncanny valleys with take that side.
Yeah, PS2 cutscene sort of stuff. Yeah,
That's it.
it doesn't look great.
Yeah, and they continue to get better as the series goes on, which is awesome.
They do. For Ron to get better, well, they take him to go see Hagrid.
No, Colin, get out of the way!
It's like, why wouldn't you go to Madame
Hey, we didn't
Pomfrey
introduce
too?
Colin Creevy.
Yeah, well, he's in Gryffindor too.
He's in Gryffindor too. He's the photographer. Loves putting his camera in everybody's faces.
Yeah,
and going,
right up there. Ka-ching!
Yeah, you're not getting good photos from that angle.
It's also one of those old school cameras where you like replace the bulb after you take every photo. Oh, that's another thing. So, the world in the first two films of Harry Potter feels way more old-timey than it does down the line. Like, if you look at what Dudley's wearing in the opening, it's like he's got a little suit with a bow tie and a vest. And then later he's wearing like rapper
Hoodie and
Big
trackies
D
and stuff. But he's
kinda-
Big D because that's his persona.
Yeah, but it's the same with the kids. Like, they go from wearing like more knitted sweaters to wearing like hoodies and t-shirts and jeans and stuff.
But part of that's like getting older too.
It definitely is, but I do think that stylistically they take a more modern approach as the films go on. And the character Ministry of Magic, what's his name?
Cornelius Fudge.
Cornelius Fudge. The way he looks in this film compared to down the line, he's got like full mutton chops and like the old school like ponytail, and his suit has older styling to it.
He's
It's
very
like a tweed
colonial.
suit, whereas later on it's like a slick black suit and his hair's more modern. And
When
yeah.
he's got the mutton chops and ponytail.
Yeah, later on when he comes into Hagrid's
It's
hut.
very subtle.
It is subtle, but it's
Four
there.
mutton chops and a bench.
So yeah, I feel like this is the last time we get that really old-timey world. Like even this, the camera being the old school style camera.
Next, they start bringing out, like a little Sony situation.
Sony handycams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they've got a sponsorship from them, that's great.
Yeah, so true.
Start seeing the Sony Via laptops in the middle of the movie.
When do they say that these films are set?
During the 90s.
Yeah, right.
That's when like it's supposed to. So always the funniest thing you read about and stuff is just like, if this is set during the 90s, why is there no mention of the Chicago Bulls and they're like three-peat and like Michael Jordan? That makes no sense.
Yeah, no sense.
There should have been at least one reference to MJ during Harry Potter. But yeah, anyway.
I
That's
think
just
they had
me.
bigger things on their mind.
I don't think there should be. Than basketball. What's bigger than basketball? Nothing.
Hagrid.
Hagrid's bigger than basketball.
And he's talking about how
Nice.
the fact that Hermione is being called a mudblood is Cogswallop to Bud.
He did not.
Oh, no, he didn't.
That was like the sassy, he did not.
Oh, no, he did not, he said.
Dirty blood. Why, there isn't a wizard alive today that's not half blood or less.
No spell that Hermione hadn't thought of. Hey. And he kind of just like
Yeah, it's really sweet.
It's very cute.
It's a very nice combo.
It's like, thanks. But then like also that whole conversation sort of just expands on like sort of the whole pure blood, mud blood sort of situation and explains
Yeah.
it for Harry. And us as well, which is great.
Well, that's what Harry is. That's why him not understanding anything about the world works
It's
so well
great.
for us as an audience, because we get to learn about it as he does.
Exactly right.
So we cut to detention.
Oh, I've just realised as well, sorry for cutting
That's all right.
detention. We missed a really important part of them sitting down at the table in the Great Hall.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A little red letter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
This.
Oh no! Look, everyone. Weasley's got himself a howler.
Do your best rendition
Of
the Howler.
Yes, Molly's Howler.
Ronald Weasley! How dare you steal that car? I am absolutely disgusted! Your father's now facing an inquiry into work, and it's entirely your fault! If you put another toe out of line, we'll bring you straight home! Oh, and Ginny, dear, congratulations on making it into Gryffindor. Your father and I are so proud. Is that what you were after?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Great.
That was a howler of a performance.
No, look, it was worth bringing up again, Nick, because in Film Club, they went nuts for this line. It was like a chorus.
yeah.
Everyone was doing it together. It was
Ron's
very
got
cool.
himself a Howler.
and everyone was ready. And everyone was ready to go, how dare you steal that car?
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
So
anyway,
detention.
Yeah.
4 hours of detention is too long.
Way too long.
Particularly when you're autographing photos of your teacher, because that's weird.
Yeah.
I love it, though. He's like, can you think of a better way to spend detention than helping me answer my fan mail?
I think it almost did.
Look at the time. It's been 4 hours.
You have to ask Harry, like, after he finishes his time at Hogwarts, what did he like less in detention? Signing photos of Lockhart or having I must not tell lies carved into my hand?
His hand. Yeah, tough one.
I think I'd take that.
If that was going to be shorter, like I'd probably go.
Be Lockhart's signature engraved in the
This is when the real mystery of the film kicks in, and Harry starts to hear some whispers.
Yep.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
I'm talking to the basilisk. That's fine.
Harry, kill some people for me. I'm a snake.
snake.
I'm a sassy little snake.
Nice
He's
little
like, do you want to just
Australian
kill some
snake.
people? Get it.
Thank you. Yes.
Classic.
And then Lockhart's like, what?
He's oblivious.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
That's good. But yeah, they Harry sort of just shakes it off, leaves detention, and
runs into Filch's wife. Old Mrs. Norris.
Filch. Or Mrs. Filch.
Old Mrs. Filch wearing a first year's jumper that they left there last year, hanging out.
The thing
Literally.
it's literally hanging out.
Good.
I always wondered, like when you're petrified, you've I guess like rigor mortis is set in. And so are they like hanging the tail off something?
That's what it always looked like she's dead and somebody's like
strung her
up. Like hooked her on it.
Yeah, it
so
looks
that's
like
what the basilisk has done. It's just been like sort of just locked her in, like with the basilisk's fangs. I don't know.
Isn't it?
Well, that's an interesting thing too. The basilisk never kills any of the people it petrifies afterwards.
True. Or tries to kill.
Yeah.
As in like eats them afterwards or anything like that. Yeah.
But
it's like I've done my job.
Yeah, well the basilisk probably petrified the cat and then Ginny was like, I'll put you up there, write some messages in blood.
Exactly.
The whole deal.
Yeah, I'm just picturing the snake just like picking Miss Norris up like, here you go.
Whoa.
And it's like I've got to be real quiet. He's like, oh, sorry, Mrs. Snorris.
Mrs. Snorris.
Mrs. Snorris.
Sorry, Mrs. Snorris. I didn't see you there. I thought you were Mr. Norris.
I thought you were Mrs. Filch.
So the Chamber of Secrets has been opened and enemies of the air,
beware. But beware of a really angry Filch who's basically finds the cat and is like, you killed my cat.
I'll kill ya!
I'll kill ya! And he's like, and then Dumbledore's like, Argus, chill out,
Take
my
it down
dog.
at least a couple of notches there.
You are not working here anymore, okay? You're too much.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Stop
too much.
threatening to kill the kids.
Stop
He's like,
inviting us
"But
to
that's my
weddings
wife."
between you and your cat.
Your wife. I mean, your cat. Damn it. I know we weren't supposed to talk about that in front of the kids. That was the deal. That was the deal, Albus. No.
No.
But yeah, so first petrification has happened.
And
They're all
Hermione
freaked
goes
out.
to Harry, it's a bit strange, isn't it? And Harry goes, strange? Yes, it is.
Probably, yeah, it is.
Why are you
dead
questioning
cat.
whether it's strange? There's a dead cat and someone's written in blood on the wall.
Pretty weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's a bit strange, isn't it?
Strange?
Strange?
It's strange.
Strange?
It's very strange.
And then Mrs. Norris turns up petrified. It's just strange.
To take her as a cat. I thought she was a person. I thought she was a wife. I thought she was a wife. I love that Lockhart rocks up and he's talking about like being petrified. Like he's like, I knew the exact counter curse that could have saved her. And Snape's just like, jeez. Give me this dark arts job For the love of God.
Yeah.
I want it.
I've got this
true.
quote from you watching it last night. You said, if a kid murdered Millie, I would kill that kid.
Whoa.
All right, hang on.
Let's provide some context.
Bit of context.
Please.
Bit of context. When Filch was going, I'll kill ya! I'll kill ya! I was like, yeah, if anyone killed Millie, watch out.
Yeah.
Just don't kill my dog. It's pretty easy.
Just don't kill any dogs. Just leave all the animals alone.
But especially my dog.
That one's a fair game. Yes.
Hermione tells old Harry, even in the wizarding world, it's not good to hear voices. And the painter goes, she's right, you know.
Zing!
Like,
I got you.
He's like, take that, teenage boy.
Oh, those paintings. We were watching the pitch meeting for this last night, and he points out the fact that why do the paintings never see anything that's going on in the castle?
Because they're scared. They hide away. And it'd be too convenient for them to strip.
Also, the snakes probably just try and make friends, and they're all like, we don't want to know you.
Hey guys, I'm just a slippered snake. How you going in the paintings? Have you got any snake in there? How you going there? Stop talking to a snake.
How's it going in the paintings, guys?
It's a bit colourful in that one. Yeah.
The painting people are grumpy, though.
Looks good.
Put that light out. So good.
The snake's like, all right, just trying to make some friends.
Yeah.
Put those eyes out.
Poke those eyes out. That's fine. That's all right. Well, we'll eventually.
Oh dear. So we finally get to Minerva's class. Oh my god. Yas, Queen.
1, 2,
Go off,
3.
Queen, we said. Ferraverto. And Ron's like, Ferraverto. He really butchers the magic language, doesn't he? Ferraverto.
To be fair, he did turn a human into a goblet, which I think is a lot harder than turning an animal into a goblet.
This is true.
Is it?
Granted, it is.
Accident.
It is a ratty goblet.
If he had left his rat as a goblet,
could have saved
problem solved.
Yeah.
No more films.
Credits.
Thank goodness. Harry Potter
It's just like
and the Goblet Rat.
And the Goblet Rat.
Done.
It just does it. It's like, Professor McGonagall, I can't turn Scabbers back. Franchise finished. That's the end of the story. But yeah.
What about the snake?
I love that. Like, well, that's basically what happens because Hermione's like, okay, cool, we're turning stuff into cups. But what about the Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah.
And immediately he's like, Professor McGonagall, I've completed class. I need some extension materials. Let's talk about the blood on the wall.
Yeah, and I love the McGonagall's like, I know no one else is going to tell you about it, but I'll be real with you.
I'll do a bit of expo.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, Marty, you're not the only one who can do some expo. I'm going to do some expo right now. She says,
McGonagall. Yeah,
she says McGonagall voice.
Is that McGonagall's voice?
Hermione.
No, I like the other one.
You're not the only one who can do exposition.
You sound like Mrs. Doubtfire. Exactly.
You should use that voice to introduce the pod.
Godric Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Salazar Slytherin, and Elgar Hufflepuff. I forgot about it.
You're only wearing the same colour as that house.
Yes.
Helgs. Poor Helgs. Shout
She always gets left out.
Justice for
Is
Helga
the chamber
Hufflepuff.
Helga's? Naturally.
Is the bread Elgar's? Naturally.
Naturally, the school has been searched many times. No such chamber has been found.
But yeah, the horror within it's there's a beast or a creature.
There is a beast, and that there is some sort of heir of Slytherin who has opened the Chamber of Secrets before, and that now the new heir is doing it all over again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a real like eerie kind of feel to it, even as she's telling this tale.
It's creepy.
It is creepy. Even in the Mrs. Doubtfire voice. Very creepy.
Even creepier, one would argue.
Maybe with the custard pie on her face. Classic McGonagall.
Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets.
Oh man.
There are some similarities.
There's more inconsistent accents and voices than Jim Broadbent in Paddington too.
She asked me if I would sell it for them while they're in town, and it struck me there might be something in here for your auntie's birthday.
Vaguely European.
It's very hard.
But yeah, it's time for some Quidditch, though.
Yes.
It's time for Quidditch.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the kids make the decision that if they want to... It was just my voice. Is it?
Is it?
This is as good as it gets.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
Do you think we'd get a Helga's and Tetley's ad reference in the podcast today?
Oh, I'm here for all the Australian references.
I think it's the heat. We're boiling our brains alive.
That's true. Yes, we do go to Quidditch, but before we go there, they
that?
make a quick mention of the fact that if they want to find out more information, the person they've got to go to has got to be Draco. So they decide they're going to brew a Polyjuice Potion. Even though it's going to take 6 months? A month.
A month.
A month?
So yeah, Quidditch.
Go for it. Harry's got himself a rogue bludger.
Yes.
That's been tampered with, that has.
And it's again another match between Gryffindor and Slytherin because
who cares about the others?
I mean, you don't because you consider you forgot Helga Hufflepuff existed.
Who?
Exactly. Helga. But no, the match is underway. Gryffindor are losing, which is not great.
Doesn't matter. Get yourself a snitch. 150 points.
150 points.
150 points.
Well, Harry's not going to get the snitch because he's been training for the ballet, Potter.
What, this guy?
Well, you say that, but then he does get the snitch. He does get the old snitchy.
The snitchy snitch.
Snitchy snitch.
Snitch.
And then he gets
snitch.
bludgy.
He does because, he's trying to go after the snitch, which is conveniently behind Draco's head, who can't even hear. The chase is on. They go after it, but yeah, the rogue bludger, which, as you said in a great Hagrid voice, that has been tampered with.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do anything about it, though.
Yeah, no, not really.
Wait.
We're just going to let it happen because it makes for an exciting action sequence.
Yeah, even Dumbledore's there, and he's like, oh, just another. Yes, he's like, clap, clap, clap.
I'll put in that clip from the first film where it just keeps showing.
He's like,
another kid in danger.
He's like, I could do something about it, but I won't.
So we get a couple of good moments here. Obviously, the
Creevy.
Old Colin Creevy, my spirit animal.
I like the helicopter sound. It's kind of like when they go sort of under the stands and they're going past and I love the way the lights sort of hitting the different beams as they're flying through at rapid speed.
You'll never catch me, Potter!
Which showing that Draco's broom is faster than Harry's, despite Harry being the better flyer. But Harry does manage to, get rid of Draco, and then Draco flips up and lands on his bottom, and it looks really funny.
It really does. And he kind of hits his groin first, then lands on his
And then he's
bottom.
like...
And his dad's like...
Oh, not... Is that your kid, Lucius? No.
He's like, Dobby, drop another cake on his head.
Drop another cake on my head so I can't see this.
Pastro Malfoy.
Pastro. Oh, God. Anyway, Harry's about to catch the snitch, but the bludger comes back after they sort of get rid of it and crashes into his
something
arm.
called a bludger. It's pretty proactive.
Very proactive. Very good. So there's no lazy bludging happening from this magical ball. But yeah, crashes into Harry's arm, breaks it. But Harry still has caught the snitch, and they have won the game.
Gryffindor wins!
Thankfully, Jordan.
Pop, pop!
But thankfully, Hermione's there on the pitch very quickly to disintegrate.
Oh, in a second, yeah. She's in the stand, and then she's like, whoop, bam! On the pitch.
And that's it. But
she's the only one that does anything.
Yeah, no.
Considering how many teachers there are there and how...
What spell does she use? Finite Incantate.
Not that one.
Is it not?
Finite Incantato!
Oh, nah.
Is it not Finite Incantate?
No.
Finite Incantate sauce?
In Finite Incantate sauce?
Yeah.
Finite Incantate sauce?
Finite.
Maybe it is. It could be. Put it in here.
Finite tartar sauce.
I'll just put all the other ones in. I'll just have Dumbledore. Arresto momentum as it comes down.
Classic.
But yeah, it goes crotchety crotch, and then bam, she Does some
blows-
sort of spell. Maybe finite tate sauce.
Finito tate. But the good thing is that, well, I mean, it's not the good thing that Harry's arm's broken. But the good thing is he's got a supreme magic professional on hand to save him. And Harry's like expression when he's like, "Not you."
Brachium. And then it's like the sounds it makes.
Yes, well, that can sometimes happen.
Well, it's not broken.
Broken? There's no bones left.
Well, incredibly flexible.
Just
and
like
Harry's face is just like, what have you done?
Yeah, oh man, it's amazing.
But yeah, so he's
And
going to be
then-
neck and Scallagrove for a
Yeah, but I
while.
love when they cut to the nurse and Draco's moaning. Mr. Malfoy, stop. You can go home.
Yeah.
Stop making such a fuss. It's so good. He sounds like old Vernon trying to get out of bed.
True. That's where he learnt it off.
Well, because he's just been spying on them. Draco just sits outside the house and is like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Well, he's got nothing better to do.
That's true.
So true.
He doesn't. But
at home, he keeps getting cake struck on his head.
Exactly, he wants to escape.
He's desperate for a little room under the stairs.
Well, Harry gets a visitor while he's in the medical wing. I forget what they call it, in the infirmary or whatever it is at Hogwarts. And Dobby's back with a jump scare.
Hello.
He's like, "Hi."
I was like, "Oh."
"I told you not to come."
Your Dobby voice is great too.
Hi.
He's like, "I bought you a cake."
And they bring in old
Colin.
mannequin Colin Creevy.
Yeah, mannequin Gravy.
I don't mind the look of these like dummy
Petrified.
kind of
Yeah.
petrified versions of the kids, but I wish that they gave them some weight. When they lift him off the stretcher, Dumbledore's doing it like with one finger.
But Dumbledore's the strongest, as we.
That's so
He's probably
true.
done a spell to
He
make
said,
him lighter.
"Arresto momentum."
Exactly.
Someone else's
He's like,
Wingardium
"One-"
Levy. Yeah. Anyway, so they bring him in, and I love that they pull the camera off. And it's like they've already got a petrified kid here, but it's when they open the camera and a bit of smoke comes out that McGonagall's like,
No, it's because she was like, she's like, maybe he got a photo
of his attacker.
Of his attacker. And she's
Attacker?
like,
Attacker.
and then she opens it and she's like,
What does this mean, Albus? And then
she was like, we have to send the kids home.
but not quite.
What does it mean?
It meant,
Hogwarts is no longer safe?
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
kids
But
safe?
should we put the kids home? Nah, should be right. It's not safe. Just how I like it.
Yeah, that's what I-
We're back, baby. I've got an unsafe school.
Minerva's always, she's like, Albus, I think we should send the kids home. And he's like, no, it's fine, don't worry
This is
about
my
it."
sweet spot.
Harry's the only one I have to raise for slaughter, but if a couple of others die along the way, that's just a
Even
bonus.
better.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, it'll be fine.
10 points to me.
To me.
He's like, he's stressed too much, love. Don't worry about it.
That's fine.
Oh dear. So we get some more apologies brewing.
Yes, and we get to meet another new character with a very distinct voice too.
Who's Moaning Myrtle? I'm Moaning Myrtle.
Good.
I wouldn't expect you to know me.
I don't think you're moaning enough.
Very musical as well.
She's more, do it like a little kid.
I don't know what else she says.
Little old me.
Oh yeah. 10 points if it goes to her stomach. 50 points if it goes to her head. Yeah, I think we found it. Collectively, we can do Moaning Myrtle's voice.
The chorus of Myrtles. That's good.
I love that she says that she was also like just chilling out in the U-bend of the toilet.
Yeah. And she's always like,
Contemplating my existence.
She's like, well, I don't know.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
We'll follow your lead on that. That's good.
So yeah, it's cool because the introduction of this character, obviously she's a very fun character. Like the performance is incredible, but it's also like a really good setup for later on. Obviously she's a very relevant part of the plot. She helps reveal the opening of the Chamber of Secrets, and yeah, I like the way that she plays into this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the line when they're going to go down and she's like,
Harry, If you die down there, you're welcome to share my toilet.
It's like
Is it toilet or cubicle?
I think she said
Toilet.
oh, how nice, how
It's-
charming.
it's lovely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Myrtle. And I think Harry's like,
thanks, Myrtle.
yeah, that's good. That's real weird. But we're gonna get some. We're gonna get some dueling.
Oh, we're gonna get some dueling.
We're gonna get some dueling.
Oh, yeah. And so I like this is kind of what film clubs like, dueling club. And I like that.
You keep saying doula, and I just keep thinking of like when you have a baby, you can have a doula.
Have a what?
A doula.
that like coaches you through the birth.
Yeah.
You wouldn't already have the baby at that point though.
Well, if they're coaching you and you've just had it.
When you say doula, I think of the water boy. The medulla oblongata. Anyway, so dueling club.
So there's two doulas and they're dueling it out.
Got the glove.
He's got the one glove. The Michael Jackson
One glove to rule them all.
Yeah. Can everybody hear me? Can you all see
me?
He looks good. I like his dueling outfit.
Got just like the cape sort of off the shoulder.
And like the quilted kind of. Oh,
incredible.
Yeah. Ooh,
It's very
yeah.
like fencing.
Yes.
It is.
It's like a musketeer sort of D'Artagnan
It
sort of
is
vibe.
very much like that. And obviously Snape catches him a little off guard.
Snape's like, eat this.
And he's like, ooh! His face when he goes back is great.
Yeah, because he's trying to, like, Lockhart's like, oh, Potter, Weasley, how about you? And then Snape, like, cuts in and is just like, he talks about how Ron's, Mr. Weasley's wand might be sending Mr. Potter to the infirmary in a matchbox.
In a matchbox. Such a good line.
And then he's like, I might suggest someone from my house. Malfoy, perhaps?
Perhaps.
He knows
What a
exactly
coincidence.
what he's doing.
Scared, Potter?
You wish.
Yeah. And
It's on.
And we get, is it Rictus Emperor? No, he learns Rictus Emperor later. We get Seppin Sortia from Malfoy. What's the one that Harry does?
Parcel tongue.
Well, maybe it is Rictus Emperor.
Well, because you get...
Because later it's Arania Exime. Sorry.
You get... Oh, because it's like, what, Expelliarmus, and then from Snape, and then Lockhart. And does Lockhart do any spells to Snape? No.
I think he tries to, but Snape gets him first, and then he's like, oh, I'll sub out.
All right, we'll get the kids involved.
Yeah,
It's fine.
maybe it is Rictus Emperor.
Rictus Emperor!
So yeah, they go curse each other, and Malfoy's like, "All right, fine. I'll put a little slippery snake on the stage.
Little slippery snake.
Snake down the runway.
The snake comes out and is like, g'day, boys. What are we doing here?
How did I get here?
Oh,
It's a lot of kids here.
Yeah.
I'm in a school.
I've been created from nothingness.
Yeah.
This is
I don't
terrifying.
know what to do.
Who should I attack? That guy? All right, off I go. Hello.
Oh, he's talking to me in my language.
Oh, he said,
like, "Thank you,
g'day,
okay."
mate. Now you're bloody speaking my language.
G'day, Harry Potter. You can speak snake, can't you? All right, where do you want me to go, Harry Potter? I'll do what you ask.
Yeah. He's like, no worries, that guy. Okay, I've got it.
Oh, and we get another parcel tongue moment from Harry. Saya Harsharing.
Yeah, Saya Harsharing.
I don't know if you had this one on DVD. Did you have this DVD?
Yeah, I did.
So there is a game on this DVD.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, where you have to like play.
Parcel tongue?
You go through and you use the remote to play the game, but at different points you had to say which one of the parcel tongue phrases Harry used.
And then it's
They
like
all sound the same.
Yeah,
to
and
me.
you're trying to read how it's written. It's like, maybe.
Yeah, that one, I guess.
I've dropped my wand.
Oh no.
I know one
One's
of them ends
not
with
already.
CF.
CF.
Yeah.
CF.
CF.
Yeah, the kids watching this will have no idea. It's like DVDs, games on the disc. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what are you talking about? It's like Netflix games.
Which everyone plays.
Yeah, God, they're bad, aren't they?
Yes.
Anyway,
They
so
are.
he tells the snake to, he thinks he tells the snake to back off Justin.
But it actually looks like he's trying to set it on Justin.
What are you playing at?
So we find out that the thing that Harry is doing is actually a really weird thing. It makes everyone feel very uncomfortable because he's speaking parcel tongue, and old Voldilocks was a parcel tongue himself.
He was. And Salazar Slytherin as well, because it's, all the snake stuff. Because Because they're the snake house.
They're the Snake
snakes.
Brothers.
But like,
Snakes.
it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't make everyone that uncomfortable. One of the founders of there's only 4 houses. One of the founders used to have that talent.
Even
So
the
why is everyone freaking
Well, they
out?
don't like him, though.
yeah, exactly. He was the bad founder. He's the one that put the chamber in the school.
Not bad enough for them to come up with a new house.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be funny if when McGonagall was telling that story of all of them and how like evil he was, if it kept cutting to like the Slytherin students and they were like, yeah,
That's us. That's us, boys.
Proud of being evil. They
Yes,
love it. They love it.
They really do.
So Harry leaves class early because now everyone's like thinks he's a bit of a dodgy bloke.
Yeah, and he bumps into, well, he can't really bump into this victim because a ghost.
Ooh,
Spooky
he says.
ghost. Yes. It's Nearly Headless Nick.
Yeah.
Who's been petrified.
He could trip on Justin, though. He can't bump into Nearly Headless Nick, but he could trip over Justin's body.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Just to
What do
clarify.
you mean, trip over Justin's body?
Justin's also on the ground, petrified here,
Oh.
with Nearly Headless Nick.
Oh,
You
so he,
guys
like,
would
saw
have
it
seen
through
this
the-
if you hadn't fallen asleep by this point in the film. Not only am I the only one that dressed up, I'm the only one that watched the movie in preparation for
Hey,
it.
I tried.
It's definitely a movie I've seen a couple hundred times.
Yeah, me too.
Fair. All right.
It'll be
All right.
fine. It'll be
All right.
fine. It'll be
but
fine.
who finds him when he's with Nearly Headless Nick and Justin to incriminate him? But old Filch.
It had to be.
So good.
He's always on the scene.
And I love the delivery of Harry's line. Mr. Filch, you don't understand. Why does he say it so weird in this way? Wait, Mr. Filch,
you don't understand.
Mr. Filch, you don't understand.
And he's like, well.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I got you now.
Or you are in trouble.
He's like, you killed my wife's cat.
Again.
My cat wife.
No, my cat wife.
My cat
My
wife.
cat.
I'll kill you.
I'll kill ya.
You killed a ghost who's already dead. I'll kill you.
I'll kill ya.
He's killing people left, right, and centre. And we see some Spideys too.
Little
Couple of
Spideys.
spooky Spideroonies.
booties.
Yes, but HP gets sent to Dumbledore.
Sharbat lemon.
Yes.
Not high enough. Sharbat lemon.
It's not the fact that it goes higher.
Yeah.
It just changes completely when it gets higher.
Yeah.
Sharbat lemon. But do you not want...
Sounds like she's got she's a bit slow.
You sound like Begbie in Train Spotting now.
You're like, sherbet
Lemon.
So what am I supposed to be? A little bit higher. Sharbat lemon. Are we good? Have we found the sweet spot?
No. But thankfully we get to meet like another cool character before he bursts into flames.
Love it.
It's old Foxy in Dumbledore's office.
He's like, hey, what up?
Yes, Queen, he's on fire.
It was, and then Harry thinks, oh no, I've killed someone
Killed
else.
someone else, yeah. And then Filch comes in. He's like, I'll kill you. He's like, Mr. Filch.
He's killed another
You
animal.
don't understand.
You know what you sound like? You sound like Batman. You need a little bit of sleep, Batman. You gotta keep your blood pressure up. Your blood glucose, Batman.
I've packed
Mr. Filch, I've turned into Michael Caine because I'm so panicked.
I've packed you a little music bar. Keep your blood sugar up.
That's what you sound like. You're like
Hello, Matt Mendelsohn. I see you're quite capable of playing a serpent.
yes.
A slippery snake going through the pipes of Hogwarts.
G'day there, Alfred. I'm just a slippery little snake.
I'm not Alfred. I'm voicing the high-pitched nature of Harry Potter when he panics. You have been mistaken for one of my other roles that I haven't even done yet because this film came out much before Batman Begins.
That's what you're. Yeah.
Look, that clip, I'll put that in, but that's exactly what it sounds like. Mr. Filch, you don't understand.
You have a little moose sleeper. He's like, Dumbledore, I didn't know. Dumbledore. I just had a little moose sleeper.
But anyway, has a chat with Elvis.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
Elvis is like, hey, mate, it's all good.
Yeah, I
you
don't
haven't
think
killed
he did
anybody.
it.
He's like, stop freaking out.
If you go to Azkaban, I can't use you later and slaughter you.
Exactly. And then he talks about, and he gives it some more expo, because that's what they all teach at this school, exposition. And
You gotta know your backstory.
First year exposition. That's why Hermione's so good at it. She's been using the time turner to do all the exposition classes early.
So all the background information and finds out because the fact that Phoenix Tears have healing powers and then they can carry up to
they get
5 times their own weight or whatever.
Carry
it
up
is.
to 5 times their own weight. Tears have healing power and they'll call if you really need them and
They'll call.
They'll call.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, get out, Harry! I really need you. He goes, get out, Harry. You might go on down to Mac's, just get me a Big Mac meal with some fries and
a Grimace shake.
And then it's the Order of the Phoenix.
Good. Badum shush.
Badum shush.
And pick up my own newspaper.
Badum shush.
Anyway, it's Christmas time at Hogwarts. It's the most magical time of the year.
Yeah, which means the Polyjuice Potion is ready.
It's ready to go, and they're going to become Crabbe, Goyle, and Millicent Bulstrode.
The most awful name.
Like, no wonder why she's evil.
They all have ugly names.
I mean, they're in
Crabbe,
Slytherin. That's what
Goyle.
happens. They're born angry.
Yeah.
So true. This transition is awesome. I love, we've seen morph effects
In the conversation we're having?
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
No.
Alright.
We've seen morph effects in this before. We've seen McGonagall turn from cat to human to cat, and vice versa.
Human to kid.
But the bubbling of Harry's skin as he changes into Goyle here.
Pretty cool.
Or Crabbe? No, Goyle. Is very, very good.
Crabbe and Goyle.
We still sound like ourselves. You need to sound more like Crabbe.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
I'm Crabbe now.
I'm Crabbe.
Bloody hell.
I'm Crabbe.
I'm Crabbe.
I'm Crabbe.
But again, that voice. We still sound like ourselves.
We still sound like ourselves. You need to sound more like Crabbe.
Michael Caine should have been in Harry Potter, I feel.
Yeah. I feel like he could play anyone. Dobby.
It is difficult to say because of my accent. Harry Potter must not come to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
I promise that I'll protect you. And I... it's from The Dark Knight. Yes. I promise that I'll protect you. And I... That's what Dobby says.
Sounds like a high-pitched Vernon Dursley.
Just burning and strangled.
So the Polyjuice transformation has happened. We get the boys, they've transformed, and Hermione's transformed, but we don't really see what she's transformed into. But the boys are going to go on without her, basically. So they're like, okay. So they do.
She's like, I'm hideous.
And they get stopped by Percy in the corridor, and
I'm head boy.
Yes. Sound more like Molly Weasley there.
Where have you been?
That's what Percy says to them in the corridor.
He's like, I'll be facing an inquiry at work.
How dare you eat those cupcakes? I am absolutely disgusted.
Yeah, I wasn't given one. But they forget who they are, and they need Draco to basically come into the hallway to save them and bail them out. Then Draco gets stuck into Percy. Mind your attitude, Malfoy. And he's like, yeah, cool.
Glasses. Reading. Didn't know you could read. So good.
Very good. And then they just sort of go in, and then Draco's like, we'll sit down.
Yeah. Draco is cooler in these first couple films.
He's like kicking back and throwing up an apple and stuff, and it was great.
He doesn't have his doofy middle part.
Not yet. The curtains.
This was another one that my sister and I used to quote constantly.
Okay, can you do the same for us?
Yeah, so it's...
accents and all.
It's when he's like, my father always said that Dumbledore was the worst thing to happen to this place.
You're wrong!
You're wrong! You think there's someone worse than Dumbledore? Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Good one, Goyle. You're absolutely right. Saint Potter. And people actually think that he's the heir of Slytherin.
And then they're
Well,
looking
you must
like
have some ideas behind it. You know what I'm called. I told you yesterday.
that one conversation we had.
Is this yours?
I'll take it if it's not. That's fine.
Yeah, essentially. Even if it is, he would have taken it. He just likes to know who he's stealing from.
But they basically worked out that, well, Draco doesn't know anything and this has been a waste of time and a month, essentially. And they start to change back.
Scar.
So they got to run out of the Slytherin common room, which looks very cool.
Well, that's this setup.
Yeah.
This old setup.
This old setup. But they get back into the bathroom and they work out
Go
why.
away!
Yeah. Because Hermione's turned into Mrs. Filch.
Mrs. Filch. Look at my face. Look at your tail.
Look at your tail.
They're really insensitive about it.
Yeah, I know.
And later on, they're like, yeah, she'll be out of the infirmary when she stops coughing up furballs.
Another classic gag.
And then the painting's like, he's right, you know.
That was a good one.
High five.
Now put that light out.
10 points to Gryffindor for that sick burn. Now put that light out.
Dap me up, Ron, he said.
Good callback.
And they're like, don't ask me anything.
Wait, we
I
haven't done much
seen
of a
anything.
Snape impression.
No.
It'll come up.
Severus.
It'll come up.
He doesn't dap anyone up in this film. He's disgusted with Draco's performance in the duel.
So true. Picks him
Get up. Get up, you bastard.
He's angry now. Dry up, Draco, you great prune, he says. So yeah, look, it's a bit of a familiar theme of them doing these elaborate plans or putting themselves in harm's way to find out information only for that information to be very unhelpful.
Yep. And it's like, oh, cool. Okay, we move forward. We have a chat with Myrtle.
Yeah, she's flooded the bathroom.
She has, and why? Because
no one seems to have cared or noticed or turned it off.
Nah, awful. Filch, stop worrying about what Harry's doing about and trying to kill students.
He just goes, oh dear, we are flooded.
We are in trouble. As like the water's up past his knees. He's just about to drown. We are in trouble. But yeah, someone threw a book at Myrtle. And
old Tom Riddle's diary.
Yes, old Tom Riddle's diary.
And there's one thing Harry likes.
It's a diary.
Toilet water-soaked books.
That's his sweet spot. Welcome to the diary. I really, Dear Diary. I like the sound design actually in this as well, like the sort of eerie music and the theme that comes in when eventually Harry's writing on the diary and he's like, "Hi, I'm Harry Potter."
It pretty much flukes how to work that. It drops onto it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would think to write in the diary unless he was just going to do a regular diary entry.
He's thought, this is what I need in my life. I need
bit of a meditative.
100%. He's had a chat with, a few of the teachers and he's like, you know what? I need to reflect on the decisions that I'm making this year and every year at
Whilst
Hogwarts.
being surrounded by the smell of urinal cakes.
It's a female bathroom. There are no urinal cakes.
That's so true.
Damn, good pick up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so he accidentally drops some ink on it and it disappears. So he's like,
"Whoa."
oh, now I can talk to the book.
Yeah.
In his classic Harry Potter voice.
Oh, I can talk
to the book. Talk to the book, he says.
Yeah.
And so he says, hey, what up, book? I'm Harry Potter. And the book's like,
what's good?
What's
Dap
good,
me
book?
up, Harry. Dap me up, book.
And Harry looks at it and goes, boy, is this skibbity.
This is skibbity. No cap, am I right? Yeah, and that's what Harry says in the book. But anyway, he's like, can you tell me what happened, 20 years ago, whatever it is, when the Chamber of Secrets? I was like, no.
No.
Aw, credits.
The face when he's like,
damn it. I thought I could do it, but I can show you. And then, let me take you back, how many years ago it is.
Getting sucked into the diary is very, very good.
I think it looks really cool.
It does.
It does make that sound too.
And
we're into monochromatic worlds, and
we are,
in the
and
past,
we meet a very suspicious Tom Riddle.
And
he's like, "Is there something you want to tell me, Tom?" No.
He's like, if I were to hypothetically kill someone, how would I do that? But don't worry, I'm not going to do it.
No, that's Tom in Order of the Phoenix. Tom
Talking about Horcruxes.
Or, Half-Blood Prince Tom.
Half-Blood Tom.
Like, purely hypothetically. But in this one, he's like, if I knew anything about the Chamber of Secrets. Is there something you want to tell me, Tom?
No.
No, are we talking hypothetically, Dumbledore? You idiots.
Were you listening?
Bro.
He's like, everyone's an idiot.
So how many years ago was this? 50.
It was in the sepia-toned
times. The sepia times.
Back in sepia times.
When everything was black and white.
When Hagrid was played by a different middle-aged man.
So
I hate it. The voice. You can't. You don't understand.
It's Michael Caine.
Yeah. But
Michael
that's not close. You can't. You don't understand.
You can't. You don't understand.
It's like, and the guy's trying to lip sync to it, but it
lip-sync to it.
infuriates me. Why do they not just use Robbie Coltrane?
Yeah, he's like, let me lip sync.
Why do they not use Robbie Coltrane? Like, I get that they're trying to make him look like he's still a student, but they don't even get a teenager. They get some other middle-aged man. It's just...
That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood, baby.
That's Hollywood, baby.
It's all middle-aged men.
Different middle-aged men playing the teenage version of middle-aged men.
That's how it works. Jeez,
That's weird.
Yeah, what a dilemma. Anyway, Hagrid is basically busted with a creature of some descript.
Yeah.
And Riddle's like, I'm going to. Almost like it's clearly the creature is like, no, Aragog wouldn't do it. Aragog wouldn't hurt anybody.
Aragog never killed no one. Never.
Aragog never killed no one. Never.
System Imperium.
Yeah. And then Aragog scuttles away.
How good is the scuttling noise?
Perfect. Yes. Nice.
No, I'm just imagining a chihuahua running.
Yeah.
That's how they filmed it.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Beverly Hills.
They just
Aragog.
pull the effort on a chihuahua.
Yeah, and just put some little legs on it. So it's fine.
God.
Millie wore a spider outfit when we had the Harry Potter party.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then we're scared of Harry yelling Hagrid really loudly and going back in slow motion.
Hagrid! I really like that shot. You like it, but it put you to sleep. That was the last part of the film that you saw?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, Hagrid.
But so, they have to go see old Hagrid to inquire about this. And he's talking about the mandrakes. He says they've still got some growing up to do. And I love this because he says they've still got some growing up to do, but once their acne clears up.
What a weird line.
That's great. I love it.
He's like, I should not have told you that.
I should not have said that.
Yeah. Thank goodness that they are getting cleared up because who gets petrified next?
Hermione.
And
the diary's been stolen.
Yes. And she's found with a mirror. And I love that they're like, does that mean anything to you? It's a mirror.
No.
What does that mean? You use it to look at yourself.
And Hermione's not that vain. This is weird. We're going to investigate this. But basically, yeah, Harry and Ron have questioned Hagrid, and then, but not the only person questioning Hagrid, because Dumbledore and Fudge come in. It's like it's happening again.
Well, it is because McGonagall does the big announcement. All students should remain in the Gryffindor common room.
I think that voice should remain in a place in a common room. And never be heard again.
At the Oscars for best voice in a role.
the normal Academy Award.
The famous award.
Best voice in a role.
Students.
But Harry and Ron are sort of like hiding out under the invisibility cloak. And then Hagrid's like, if anybody was listening, anyone...
And I don't think I'm being too obvious when I say if anybody in here under a cloak or not under a cloak is listening, all they need to do is follow the spiders.
That's all. Follow the spiders. That's all I'm saying. And then Fudge is like, what are you doing?
What the hell are you talking about?
You've cracked it.
He's got his ponytail and he's like, what are you doing,
off to
Hagrid?
Azkaban with you.
Just twirling the hair around. It's great. So they go follow the spiders and they make their way into the Forbidden Forest. And, they're just there to see a nice...
Be follow the butterflies.
Yes, because that's boring.
That's not what Hagrid told him to do. He was very clear.
Exactly, Ron. Weren't you listening, you idiots? But they meet the giant, big old spider, Aragog. Pretty
Important
terrible.
detail that you missed.
Yeah.
So Hagrid gets sent to
Azkaban,
but Dumbledore also gets taken down as headmaster. So while they're at Hagrid's hut,
true.
old Lucius turns up and he's like, I spoke to all the parents on the board and we all want you out skis.
And he's like, ha, got you.
Get him with a cake, Dobby.
Dobby's there.
Dobby's like, I can't
so
these cakes.
things are truly going down the old poop tubes.
They are really going down the toilet.
Yeah, just like
Really going down the
Moaning
chamber
Myrtle.
of the secrets.
So yeah, as you say, they go to see Aragog as they've been advised to by Hagrid. Terrible
who?
advice.
See who?
Aragog never killed no one. Never. Is that what you meant?
So he said.
Aragog?
Yeah.
Aragog.
And the god of spiders, Aragog.
Yeah.
He truly is.
Oh, yeah.
Aragog.
So do you know who voices Aragog?
No. Is it James Earl Jones?
It is.
Is it Michael
Harry,
Caine?
I am your father. Hagrid!
Is it Michael Caine?
No, it's not Michael Caine. It's
I'm just a big spider.
it's Donovan from The Last Crusade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know who that is.
Is the actor's name? No, okay. Donovan. His name's Donovan.
That's what we know him as.
This is true.
Donovan, who played Donovan in The Last Crusade.
Classic.
But this is really interesting because we find out Hagrid didn't ever open the Chamber of Secrets and this isn't the monster.
No.
Which Harry already thought.
But
he was looking for some
confirmed.
answers. And so now he confirms that. But he doesn't really get any new information from this
Not
trip.
really, and it's basically just further confusing because it's like, it's a beast that we do not speak of, essentially.
Yeah, it's like, well, how useful is that then? Not very.
Oh, it's useful in creating a really good action sequence.
It's pretty good.
Can we panic now?
Yeah.
Well, I can't even remember. What does Ron say when they're like clear?
Glad we're out of there.
And there's like,
Yeah.
just like jump scare. And then he's like, Arania eggs me. Thanks for that.
So good. But yeah, who's going to come save them? But the car.
The car?
The sassy
Car's
car.
back. The sassy car's
the
back.
car. We are going in the car.
Yeah.
The car's like, get in, children. Idiots.
It's like,
Yeah, with the doors opening again and then getting rid of the spiders.
the car has a wand now.
You're dead.
Bang, you're dead. Bang, bang.
Careful.
Bang,
Jesus!
Bang, 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 you're dead.
Pow, pow, pow.
Stop!
Around the XD. Around the XD. It's perfect. But thankfully they escape the spiders, which is a pretty fun part of the ride at Universal as well. When the spiders are there and stuff, you go into the forest. Worth it. Very good. Bit spooky, but very good.
It's not that I'm not going because I didn't know about the ride. If I'd known about the ride, I would have gone already.
To Universal Studios.
Absolutely. That's the only thing that stopped me. I didn't know about the ride.
Okay. Well, now you know.
Now
If you
I
know,
know.
you know. Yeah.
But they get out of there, and when they get out of the car, two great moments. So first of all, if Hagrid ever gets out of Azkaban, I'm going to kill him. And then Filch's like, I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
Filch is like, that's my boy.
My boy. I've been taking him for night classes. Angry night classes.
Dap me up, Ron.
Oh, gosh. It's so hot. I'm dying. Anyway, the other really funny moment is as soon as they get out of the car, Fang is just like, all right, stuff ya, I'm going to bed. They're arguing, and he's just like, goes straight off into the hut.
He's like, I'm good,
He's like,
man.
"See,
That is
I should have
enough
never
excitement.
come."
Thanks for bringing me along on the trip,
geez.
boys.
Love another adventure with the lads. That's what Fang says in his Fang voice.
Oh, he's a bloody coward.
He is. Thankfully, and what's convenient...
Thankfully.
Good. That we didn't see before when they're going to check in on Hermione is the fact that, she's got a nice little note page here that they didn't see
Hermione
before.
Granger and the expositional piece of paper.
Even when she's petrified, she's still providing the lads information. She's that good. She's that good.
And nobody in the entire time that she's been there has checked her hand.
Awful medical care.
Yikes. Yikes.
Madame Pomfrey can sack herself.
Jeez. Anyway, this always used to be one of my favourite parts where they're like figuring out the mystery.
The realisation.
Yeah.
It's a basilisk.
Nobody did look it in the eye. Not directly, at least. And then they're like, now we need to walk, do a motion camera.
Not directly, at least. Colin saw it through his camera.
Justin must have seen it through Nearly Had the Stick. Nick got a full blast of it, but he's a ghost. He couldn't die again.
This is like it was like in Back to the Future when like
Doc's running
and then
up.
Marty's like trying to chase him and stuff, and Ron's like,
The other me
Harry, what are you
goes
doing?
to the other you.
And there are two of you here. The other me is a Dark Family Brown from 1955. The younger me that helps the other you get back to 1985.
He was petrified there. He couldn't see him because it bounced off that. And then it's like
There was water on the floor.
It's like Mrs. Filch. What happened with her? And it's like the reflection.
Yeah.
The bathrooms were flooded.
She saw the reflection in her engagement ring.
The school staff have learnt that Ginny's been taken into the chamber itself. And they have a chat, and then who's going to get nominated to save her but Lockhart?
Oh, Lockhart.
It's like your moment has come.
Our worst fears have been realised.
That's the closest you've got.
Hey?
Yeah,
Hey?
he's pretty good.
I feel bad. This is a dedication to Maggie Smith,
Just
and all
butchering.
I've done is
Yeah.
destroy it.
So, like, in the note that they find in Hermione's hand, it doesn't say, like, a rooster's crow can kill it.
But they don't even take a rooster down into the chamber with them.
Jeez.
Wow, that
Yeah, I heard
sounded like
that.
it hurt.
They don't even take a rooster down into the chamber with them.
Thank you. They don't.
So you think, if I'd read that, I'd be like, right,
I take it.
I'm going to take a bunch of roosters with me. One of you bitches better crow.
They take a gold-laden rooster with them, though. They take Lockhart with them, who's
It's so good
he's
when
gonna
they
do a runner.
nominate him, and he's just like, very well. I'll be in my office getting ready. So
He's
good.
like, yeah, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah.
And he's all packed up. The classroom's all packed because they're like,
But who have
at
they
least
taken down into the chamber?
Ginny Weasley. And then Ron's like,
Ginny Weasley.
yeah,
Is that your Ron face?
like that.
One more time for the camera. That's the snapshot.
Oh, perfect. But they're like, basically like, oh, we'll go at least warn Lockhart and let him know what he's up against. And then Fine was like, are you leaving?
Going somewhere? They're so judgy.
Well,
there wasn't anything in the job description about this.
then it turns out he's been a fraud.
Yes. But he's pretty good at memory charms.
Yes, and he's been basically taking credit for a lot of other wizards' work, and that's how he's made his career and his fortune.
In fact, I'm going to have to do the same to you. And he turns around and they're already like, don't even think about it.
Expelliarmus.
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 That's what the spell is. A very defensive spell, but it actually just rips their arms off.
Your arms off.
Who needs Second December?
Yeah, try to get me now.
Yes. But they expose him as a fraud, and they're going to take him basically down with them, and they work out that Myrtle's the first muggle that was killed.
Mm-hmm.
So...
it's not a muggle.
No, the mudblood, rather, sorry. Not the muggle, definitely not muggle.
I just remember seeing a pair of big green eyes.
The yellow eyes.
Oh, yellow eyes, whatever.
That's what she says. Big green eyes. And they're like, Myrtle, I think you might be colorblind.
And then she says, those horrible yellow eyes, and sounds like Aunt May from Spider-Man. It's perfect.
And then she's like,
in that sink right there. And then they work it out. They sort of open the whole... This looks great, too, when, like, the whole sink opens up and everything. That's sick. I love that. That looks
I
really
reckon
cool.
that's what they used on, like, one of the menu items for that, too. You got a scene selection. It's like, oh...
Would be good.
The scenes are in the chamber.
We're in the chamber.
Oh my
chamber,
God.
mate. I know the secrets.
And I like this. They try to get Lockhart to go first. Better you than us. He's yes, obviously.
He tries to stop Harry and Ron again by using the memory charm and is like, yep, that's fine. And then it kind of backfires, causes a bit of an avalanche and stuff.
And of course, Harry's on the right side of it. And Ron's
Yeah,
on.
he's like, protagonist.
Yeah.
This is some of his best moments. This is an odd sort of place, isn't it?
And he's like, who are you?
And who am I? Do you live here?
And he's picking up the rock and it's like... Harry's been separated because he's the main character, as I said.
Yeah, he hushes his way into the...
Yep, with the cool door and all the snakes.
Good door.
And then like the snake goes around.
Shum.
Yep, and then it opens up and shum. And...
Shaboom, shaboom. Sa-da-da-da-da-da.
Perfect. Love all the set for the chamber.
Oh,
it looks glorious.
beautiful set. Bloody beautiful.
So much snake imagery.
Talk about a wedding destination.
Yep, and then you've got Slytherin's wide open like mouth there, just with like almost like snake-like hair coming out of the rock.
It's not open yet.
Oh no, it will be. It will be.
Oh, Bassy Boy would be coming out.
Bassy Boy, Count Bassy himself.
Sassy Bassy, they call him.
Sassy Bassy.
He's like, hi guys, want to hang out?
Hi guys, that's fine.
Good day, guys.
Good day, guys, want to hang out?
But sees Ginny there. It's like, hey, you need to. Oh, sorry. Hey, student who I've never seen before at the school. You have to help me. Oh wait, it's Tom Riddle.
He's like, how did you get down here?
Yeah, mate.
And he still doesn't quite catch on. He's like, come on, Tom, help me for a bit.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like you know this. Come on.
This isn't sinister that you're down here with her.
Tom Marvolo Riddle.
Oh, he does
the
like
sky.
yeah. He's like, he's like, check out this word puzzle.
And then he goes,
also, if you were making an anagram for your name to be like a new name, why would you include I am?
Yeah. So stupid. Because that's how he walks into the room. I am Lord Voldemort.
And I love that what they've done
We've already met you before.
They've picked two fairly normal names, like Tom and Riddle, as their first name. And they're like, we got a lot of other letters we're going to cram into this. Marvolo.
Marvolo, because he's marvellous.
Off the tongue.
He's marvellous.
He is marvellous.
Tommy Marvellous Riddles.
That's what they call him.
Because he's got really good riddles.
Absolutely marvellous.
But yeah, obviously Harry works out, you're young Voldemort before you're Voldemort.
Yep.
You're the bad guy. Oh, no.
He's like, you're a weird ghosty apparition of Voldy.
Yeah. Who's come from the diary.
Voldemort.
He's like, I thought we were going to get a different bad guy in this film.
No.
And he's like, got your nose. Hang on, that's later.
But you've got your nose. You still have your nose.
Nice
Great.
He's like,
good for you, Tom.
You're quite a good-looking, strapping young man there, Tom.
He's quite a strapping young man.
What happened,
black
Tom?
curls.
No, that did a good chunk of it.
Really, and then he would have had a hard time with the ladies, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, so Fawkes comes down, delivers the old sorting hat next to you.
Yes.
He releases the basilisk, and it comes after Harry, and then old Fawkes comes down and puts them eyes out.
He does.
Yes.
And thankfully, Riddle's
expositional dialogue.
Yeah, they're all he learnt from the best.
Yeah. He was probably taking those extra expositional classes with Hermione.
Yes.
Exactly.
He says, he's like, don't worry, he can't see anymore.
He can still hear you.
And so Harry's like, sweet, I can look at it now. And does his little run.
The basilisk is pretty terrifying. Not gonna lie. I remember watching this as a kid. I was like,
sick.
It's sick.
Slimy.
Like a sick serpent.
Like a sick slippery snake,
sick
bruh.
snake, bro.
Bruh, so sick.
Oh my God.
It's like...
Goes his way through like the catacombs sort of part of the chamber.
Tricks him with the rock.
Yeah, because then like it's getting really close and it's like, oh man, this is
it must
pretty
have a
freaky.
good sense of smell
They're
either.
the pipes.
Yeah, and the pipes, because that's how the basilisk gets around.
He said catacombs.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah. It's the Hogwarts plumbing.
Come on, mate.
It does just go out into
Hermione wrote it on the piece of paper.
Catacombs. Pipes.
She says, go in the pee.
The basilisk is a great singer. It's got pipes.
Pipes. Yeah. And the pipes on it. I can see clearly now.
Oh, I'm a slippery snake.
Yeah.
It always comes back. It always comes back to singing.
Anyway, so when he gets back out there, he gets a bit of a moment where he goes back to Ginny, but then the basilisk is like, phew! Out of water.
Crazy.
Rad.
Very, very cool. So
And
then
it was
Harry's
like-
got to scurry up the Slytherin
Yeah.
Slytherin statue.
The old swordy sword appears in the hat.
Does.
And
A
goes,
sword.
I'll take that. Oh, yoink, he
It's about to
says.
fall off though, because he's kind of like waving it randomly at the basilisk, doing absolutely nothing for a bit, then drops it, and then he sort of gets it as it's about to sort of scoot off the edge, and as the basilisk is about to devour him and shoves it right through.
It's a real like King Arthur versus a dragon kind of.
Definitely. Yeah, and a
Excalibur.
very harsh cry from the basilisk who's like, yeah, I'm not going to imitate that.
Ouch!
Yeah.
It's like, I just wanted to have friends.
But at the same time that Harry does stab the basilisk, he gets stabbed himself with the fang of the basilisk, which is that's the deadly venom that would kill anyone. But what Harry does, he gets the basilisk fang and stabs the diary, which causes the diary version of Riddle to basically explode.
Yeah,
essentially.
he's like
Yeah, very dramatic acting. It's very expressive. Expressive. But thankfully, what saves him is the Tears of Forks, because they have healing powers.
Convenient plot devices.
Exactly. So they get Ginny, they get Ron and Lockhart.
This looks a little funky, but it's still funny.
It's funny. He's like, this is just like magic.
Amazing.
And everything's all good.
Everything
so the
is
true
good.
hero really is Fawkes.
True.
100%. Like,
that's why he gets a book named after him.
So true. So true. So he
And
broke a
team.
dozen school rules, and then
And then
Dumbledore's like, here's some special awards.
Classic Dumbledore.
There's a
It's
classic
his favourite.
Dumbledore mood.
And Hagrid gets released as well from jail.
He does. And Lucius is the one that planted the diary. He gets ousted by
Gets jousted by Harry.
jousted by Harry. And Harry's a bit sassy to him. And
got the
then he gives him the diary back. And the diary has Harry's old sock in it.
Yes,
He's bare ankle in it.
Yes, because he works out that Dobby is working for the Malfoys.
Yes, and that Dobby will be set free if he's presented with an item of clothing. So
Dobby.
Harry inadvertently, well, no, not inadvertently,
He deliberately.
very deliberately gets Dobby free. And I always thought this was a bit strange
Because Lucius tries to kill Harry.
Well, yes, absolutely. He goes, and then so he was going to kill Harry on school grounds.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, hard to get away with that. You would think that one of their main duties would be like handling washing.
But it's not given to them? Or is like, how? I guess like what's the...
You just would have to be very clear.
The specifics is like, I'm putting this washing over here.
Yeah.
You're going to go get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
To anyone
In case
listening,
there's anything that you're going to misconstrue.
turns directly to the camera.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. But yeah, then Hagrid comes back and it's like everybody loves Hagrid. The Hagrid.
Hagrid's a
Who's
seal.
my boy?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. How do they cure St. Nicholas?
It's a good question.
They just do a vapor of it.
Yes.
Is that what they say in the books?
I forget.
I don't know.
But I feel like.
But yeah, they
what
use
I've
the
said could be
Mandrake,
right.
antidote stuff, and they're all saved. Hermione's back. Everyone's back,
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
and that's the end of the movie.
It is. How'd you feel about this one?
But it has a cutscene at the end.
What?
Did you guys not know that?
A post-credit scene.
It has a post. It's the only Harry Potter movie that has the post-credit scene. It's Gilderoy Lockhart at the end, and it's like, it's on his new book, and it's like, who am I?
It does sound vaguely familiar. I don't remember him being in it though. Is it just the book?
Well, the book's got like a moving picture and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, so I can't.
Yeah, that does sound
There you
vaguely
go.
familiar. This was in an era where we weren't waiting till the end of credits though.
So I probably would have left.
Especially these credits. These credits are long.
As long as the movie itself.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were long asleep by this point.
That's why I didn't see the post-credit scene. But no,
Anyway,
despite falling asleep early, this still is my favorite Harry Potter movie by not a comfortable margin.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I
do.
it's up there. You know, it's my favorite.
Oh, I know it's my favorite.
No, look, it'd be in my top 3 for sure. But I do
which
really
other
like
ones?
the next 2 as well.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we will end up doing them on the pod. If you want to do them on a future pod, make sure you recommend.
Pod.
We'll get this crazy, messed up team back together, and
how dare you call us that?
We'll crank the heat up to 11, and we'll all just start hallucinating again.
I need snacks to get through this.
Totally fair. Should we quickly smash out some 5 favourites?
Let's do it. 5 favourites? We got 5 favourites. Above all else. We got 5 favorites. We think are top shelf.
So for anyone who hasn't heard of the 5 favourite segments before, essentially we just rank our 5 favourite things in any sort of a category. So unlike doing our rival rankings, thank you very much. Unlike rival rankings, it is any category. It doesn't have to be from films. It can be from games. It can be from TV shows, books, whatever it might be. So this week we thought, since we were returning to Harry Potter, we would do our 5 favorite characters that practice magic. So it could be witches, wizards, warlocks, some sort of gypsies, magicians, fairies, anything that falls into that category. So pretty loose.
Yep. And these are 5 favourites that don't have to necessarily be in order from 1 through 5. Sometimes we do a little bit of ranking in that regard. Oh, jeez. Off it goes.
Speaking of getting pretty loose.
That's pretty loose.
Loose!
I just want you to be loose, okay?
I'm loose! Don't tell me to loosen up when I'm already loose. That tightens me. Harold. Do you want me tight or loose?
I want you loose, Harold.
Then don't ask me to be loose.
Would you like to kick things off, Maddie?
All right. Number 1 on my list is Mildred Hubble, the worst witch.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
I remember that with The Worst Witch, they did like a reboot of it, and it was never good.
I think
it's like a different person playing Mildred Hubble.
Yeah, but isn't like the girl from The Last of Us actually plays Mildred
in the reboot?
I don't know if it's the reboot or she plays Mildred in something.
There you go.
As in Bella Ramsey.
Yeah.
That's
check it out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I call Millie, our dog,
Mildred
Hubble.
She is the worst witch. Yeah, for sure. Was this something you watched as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very like ABC would come home
100%,
TV.
yeah.
Flood of nostalgia, yeah, even from mentioning it. That's not a bad one to kick things off. I'm going to kick one off that I reckon you have as well on your list, and that is from the movie we just talked about. I got to put a Harry Potter one on the list. I'm not going to flood it since we've already talked a lot of Harry Potter, but how could I not have old Gildy Boy, Gilderoy Lockhart, the best witch?
He's the best witch.
Yeah,
even if he's pilfering the work of others.
So he's on my list. Was he the one that you?
Yes, he was.
Yes,
he's my favourite Harry Potter character.
He's so good.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good. And you even said last night, rewatching it was confirmation of that for you, because you're a big
Sirius Black.
You're a Siri man.
I do. I'm a serious man.
You are a serious man.
That's what they say about me.
But you thought this was better.
Yeah, it's just really funny. I really appreciate sort of like the overly dramatic performance that Kenneth Branagh gives. I mean, like, I enjoy this character.
Kenneth Branagh.
Correct. I mean, I enjoy this character in the book, but I think this performance particularly like really brings it up a few notches and makes him such an entertaining character and a very memorable wizard who may only be good at doing memory charms. He's really good at that.
Totally fair. Alrighty, Mads, what's on your list?
What's on your list? Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh,
Nice.
good shout. Good shout.
Just good memories.
Old Sabrina or new Sabrina?
Yeah, because you watched the new one too, didn't you?
I do. I was thinking when I wrote this down, I was thinking of old Sabrina.
90s goodness.
Yeah. Salem,
so sassy. Love it.
Puppet Cat, loved it.
Love it. Salem, a.k.a. Mrs. Filch.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Short and sharp. I love it. All right.
Let's do it.
Next up, you didn't use that one that we talked about earlier, did you?
No, but I wish to make the noises with you.
Okay, great. Totally fine. So I've talked about this on 5 Favorites before. Banjo-Tooie, what a game.
Oh, yeah.
What a game. I talked about Mumbo. He was so good. He is a practitioner of magic, but we're not going Mumbo today.
Nice.
We're going Gruntilda the Witch.
Yes.
Her entire
Incredible.
devilish plan. She's really like the evil stepmother from Snow White. Because
True.
all she wants to do is kidnap Banjo's sister so that she can become prettier.
Pretty,
And
yeah.
then once she comes through the machine at the end and she's prettier when it's game over, she's there. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, ooh. That's like how they've made
That's
her
the progression
movie.
of the voice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty voice that you've got now, Gruntilda.
It's amazing. They got the best voices in that.
This is very true.
Anyway, for noises alone, Gruntilda, she's so good. And all of her spells are like they all rhyme with something. It's like boiled undies and something. Like it's always something ridiculous and silly and gross. Yeah, very funny.
Very good.
Play if you haven't. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Oh, they're good. They're good.
They're
Such a good
classics.
set of games.
Nice. I'm going to go with
Mr. Balan, sorry.
A real funky magician, man.
Oh no, he was on my list too.
I got Jareth from Labyrinth.
He was
The
in my
Goblin
number
King.
5 position. 2 double ups.
There you go.
We've
On it today.
done it.
I have done it again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's David Bowie playing, the Goblin King.
Got his spinny balls.
He does got the spinny balls, and he's doing a really good job with that. And
Prince of the Land of Stench.
And yeah, just Bowie doing Bowie things. It's an inspired casting, and he does a very good. He puts in a magical performance.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have I like Baldur's Gate. I play it a lot. There are a lot of I put Gale because Gale's like
Okay.
the OG. He's kind of the first.
Oh,
wizard
male
that
Gale.
he- Yeah,
Yeah.
male Gale. Yeah, he's fun.
Cool. The end.
The end. I'd talk more about it, but neither of you really play the game, so
Totally fair. I'm going to
that's
go
fair.
with television show for my next one.
television.
We're going Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I, for the longest of time, was going to go with, and when I say the longest of time, I mean today when I wrote the list, was going to go with Willow, but I got to go with Giles. Rupert Giles. What an absolute
he's so
legend.
good.
Anthony Head is so good in that role. He's charmingly befuddled, but he also becomes quite dark towards the end.
Yeah.
And I love how protective he becomes of Buffy. And as part of that, he develops some skills in magic as a result of needing to really look out for the group, the Scooby Gang, if you will.
Yes.
And
I will.
he's just amazing in the role. I love it. Buffy's the best.
Very good. Well, if you won't talk about Miss Rosenberg, I will, because Willow's on my list. So
We almost had 3 for 3.
I know. When you started talking, I was like, no, it can't be. But no, I've got Willow on the list. Probably one of my favorite characters from Buffy. I really like her arc and sort of how she continues to grow throughout the series and developing power as a magic practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
And then also as well, when she becomes a bit of a villain, it's really good stuff. Like really, really, really good stuff. And Alison Hannigan's just really good in the role, and love Willow. She's great, and I love Buffy. So yeah,
Nice.
Agatha all along.
Hey,
Nice. Very, very relevant.
very
Agatha
topical.
Harkins. She's just cool.
She's cool.
Agatha Harkness is pretty damn cool.
The new series is good
and
too.
she's spooky, and I like it.
She's spooky and you like it. Totally fair.
I'm getting blinded by the sun.
Yes.
Not about the sun. Well, I've had some double ups with you, so you can jump in next if you want to. I've only got one left.
Well, there won't be a double up from this one because it's from Lord of the Rings, so
We're safe.
It's fine. I've got the Witch King of Angmar, who's the ruler of the Nazgul, greatest of the 9. My favorite antagonist in all of Lord of the Rings. Just really cool. He's pretty cool in Fellowship of the Ring when he stabs Frodo on Weathertop. And then he's even cooler through the rest of the trilogy once he gets his cool, helmet on and he's riding his, winged beast. It's pretty cool when he gets killed by Eowyn as well. So, yeah. The Witch King's just really cool. I love the Nazgul, the ring wraiths. They're my favorite part of all the rings. So,
Well,
yeah.
he's like, I didn't understand any of that.
That's
I'm
okay.
going to be honest, my eyes glazed over a little bit.
I could tell. That's fine. We're going to move on to your next one, Mr. Brown.
My final one. I gotta do a last minute switcheroo. Same movie.
Oh, jeez.
We're in the Prestige. I'm not going Robert Angier. I'm not going Alfred Borden.
You going Tesla?
No, I'm going Michael Caine's character. Because he is the one that explains
the 3 steps of
a magic.
Of a magic.
There are 3 steps to a magic. There is the pledge. I don't even know what the middle step is.
The fold? Is it the fold?
Nah.
He's
the
like,
pledge,
killing the
turn,
pledge.
The turn.
the turn.
And then the prestige. That's the name of the
But
movie.
you wouldn't clap
by
yet.
Christopher Nolan.
You wouldn't clap yet. Anyway, he's great in it. And I just like that he's kind of got this no-nonsense attitude in the movie. As their rivals and spinning out of control, he supports them both. But he's also like, pull your head in, mate. You're acting crazy.
They are.
And he also has a great line where Angier says that he never finds an answer at the bottom of a glass. And he's like, hasn't stopped you looking. It's like, so good.
Sassy
So
Michael
good.
Caine.
Sassy Michael Caine, they say.
That's right. I am sassy.
He's like, have a measly bar.
Amazing. So, had to chuck Michael Caine in right at the end.
You had to.
I had to. And plus, The Prestige is one of my favourite films.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good one.
All right, you go. I want to go last.
Okay.
Oof.
All right.
Woof.
My last
Go
one
get hangry.
is my my usual video game inclusion. I thought if you were going to do a video game one, I know because you're a Nintendo man growing up, I'll be putting in a PlayStation character and another antagonist. And I've got Ripto, who's like one of the main antagonists in the Spyro the Dragon series.
Mm-hmm.
So Ripto's a little orange dino, wears a purple cape. He's got a staff with like a magical gem. He's doing all kind of hijinks. He's blasting people with a cannon and transforming stuff.
So
and
many
he's having so many hijinks in so little time. But yeah, I love the Spyro the Dragon series, and Ripto's a pretty cool bad guy. So, yeah.
Nice. Final one.
Minerva McGonagall.
Oh, very good.
Of course.
Enough said.
Walks out.
Perfect.
I feel like
credits.
it undercuts the walkout when you went past the camera. No, very, very worthy choice.
And
I don't feel
way.
like we were shouting her out nearly enough on the pod today, so it's a good thing that we got to bookend the pod with appreciation for her.
Yes.
She is the best.
She is.
She's the best.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Fight me.
No.
Both of us are way too scared for that.
I'm too tired.
Good.
Totally fair.
So I've really bought the McGonagall energy because no one wants to fight McGonagall.
So true.
Very true.
So
everyone's
No
scared.
one messes with Minerva. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, guys, we will wrap things up. Hopefully there's something salvageable from this because it's felt all over the place. But as always, please do remember to like, subscribe, share it around. As we mentioned last week, we're going through a bit of a fun phase at the moment. We've got some themed weeks coming up. We'll be doing a dedication to the Year 12s this Friday. Another video pod next week as well. So, yeah, lots to look out for if you want to subscribe. Also, you can go back and listen to a bunch of the old video and audio pods as well. On that note, say goodbye to your memories. Catch you guys at the next film club.